Well, welcome back. We'll have to keep our interview with Kevin Ahrens for another day. I understand we were not turned on in the control room. In any event, here are the starting lineups for this evening's game, the middle game of a three-game series that is expected to be played in front of a packed house tonight here at Clipper Magazine Stadium. For the visiting Bridgeport Bluefish, Luis Hernandez will lead off at short. The center fielder batting number 2 is Andy Chavez. Wellington Dotel will bat third. He'll be in right field. The cleanup batter is the catcher, Jose Gil. It will be Geraldo Valentin batting fifth and left. Jose Cuevas, the first baseman, will bat sixth. The second baseman hitting 7 is Luis Rodriguez. Jonathan Galvez is the DH batting 8th. Angeles Nina will make the start at third base. He will bat in the number 9 slot. Ross Seaton on the mound, coming in with a record of 1-3 and a 5.17 ERA. The Barnstormers beat him here a couple of weekends ago, winning 6-3. For Lancaster tonight, it will be Caleb Gindel leading off in center. Kevin Ahrens will bat second. He will play second base. The number 3 batter is the first baseman, Casey Hobson. Josh Bell is the cleanup hitter and third baseman. Sean Halton is batting fifth and left. The designated hitter batting sixth is Mike Jacobs. Blake Galen will be in right field batting seventh. The catcher hitting 8th is Mike McDade. Dean Wilson at shortstop is batting in the number 9 slot. Connor Root on the hill. Root is 0-3 with a 6.00 earned run average. Barnstormers and the Bridgeport Bluefish coming your way next right here on the Lancaster Barnstormers YouTube channel.
It's nice out and you just want to relax after a day at work. The Lancaster Barnstormers have a great idea. For Monday through Thursday home games, the Barnstormers have super dinner and a ball game deals at Clipper Magazine Stadium. On Monday, join us for an all-you-can-eat pork barbecue dinner in the Hess's Picnic Pavilion, or choose chicken on Tuesday, all for just $20, including your game ticket. And new on Monday, it's pizza, beer, and pinball all night long. Then on Wednesdays, it's Hatfield hot dogs for just $1 each, with 2-for-1 burgers on Thursdays. Call 717-509-HITS or go to LancasterBarnstormers.com for more details.
It's baseball season, and no one is more excited about that than we here at Lancaster Bible College, proud sponsor of Lancaster Barnstormers Baseball. At Lancaster Bible College, you can earn your associate's, bachelor's, master's, seminary, or doctoral degrees through a distinctly biblical lens in areas like leadership, communication, business administration, social work, education, pastoral studies, music, and many more. Find out how you can take the next step in your educational journey to earn a degree from LBC. Visit us on the web at lbc.edu. We look forward to seeing you at Barnstormers games this season.
The designated hitter, number 3.
Welcome back from Clipper Magazine Stadium. Another unusually hot night for September. The Barnstormers taking on the Bridgeport Bluefish, the middle game of a 3-game series. The Barnstormers have not had a good homestand, and you won't find anybody who is not disappointed with the way things have gone here the past 4 days, dropping 3 in a row to New Britain, losing to Bridgeport in the opener of the 3-game series last night. And the idea right now is the salary drive. The Barnstormers just trying to put together a great home stretch to make a good lasting impression. Each individual trying to do that for the Atlantic League, for any scouts that may be watching, for manager Butch Hobson, as people begin to look ahead to the offseason, perhaps winter ball, and then 2017, and an invitation back here to Lancaster or elsewhere in the Atlantic League. You always want to finish strong. They do call it a salary drive. Tonight, Connor Root on the hill for the Barnstormers, the right-hander from Nashua, New Hampshire, making his 5th start overall. He is 0-3. Ross Seaton 1-3 going for Bridgeport. Now down to the field, and God bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing. Remove your hats. Veterans are invited to salute the flag as we honor America with our national anthem, performed tonight by Barnstormer employee Michelle Weiss.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light, oh, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, all the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets reckless, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the hope of the brave.
Well, we have many great national anthem singers, but is there one better than my coworker, Michelle Weiss? There may be many who are equal, but Michelle, a phenomenal local talent. We love having her sing the national anthem. It is a huge night here on Star Wars night at Clipper Magazine Stadium. We have a capacity crowd and perhaps more here at the ballpark this evening. So an exciting night all the way around at Clipper Magazine Stadium, and hopefully the Barnstormers on the field will put together an effort commensurate with the excitement and the rest of the stadium. It's not that they're not trying to do so, but this week it's just been a definite down cycle here toward the end of the season, and you just hope that that last bit of energy in the reserve tank is there for these final 10 games for these fellas. And I don't mean to say anything negative. This is a great bunch of guys and a terrifically talented ball club, but it just has not gelled except for, I would say, one stretch back in the month of May into early June. The ball club looked terrific. They at one point rallied from an 8-3 record to get to 24-19, and a loss at Bridgeport with a 5-run bottom half of the 8th inning for the Bluefish sent the Barnstormers into a downward spiral, and they've recovered. They've rallied a little bit at times, but never quite the season that we thought we had in the works, both opening day and there in that stretch late May, early June. The Barnstormers since then have played baseball to the tune of 15 games under the 500 mark. Here is Luis Hernandez, the shortstop, leading off against the 6'5" right-hander Connor Root. Root is 0-3. He has thrown 18 innings over 4 starts. He's allowed 19 hits, 12 runs, all earned. He has walked 9, struck out 10. He lost 6-1 to Bridgeport during his first stay with the Lancaster Barnstormers this season. Hernandez, the shortstop, digging in, batting .281 with 1 home run, 53 driven in. Root into the motion. His first pitch right there for a called strike, says Joe Del Balso. It is 0-1. Buzz Albert has jumped into the crew. He is at first base, and John Harrington is making the calls over at third. 1 strike on Hernandez. Root comes back. He brings it home, and he's at the knees. A quick second strike on the switch hitting Hernandez. He was a big part of the offense for the Bluefish here last night. Hernandez going 3 for 5 with 2 runs scored, 2 runs batted in. Connor back to the plate. There is a swing and a pop-up loop foul into the seats along the third base side, and we will stay at 0-2. Last sections of seats not quite filling in yet, but there is a throng on the hillside. The hill's about as full as I can ever remember seeing it, but the final section of seats isn't filled in yet. 0-2, slow ground ball, shortstop. Up with it near the second base bag. Dean Wilson, he'll fire on. Hernandez is gone 6-3. Nice start to the evening for Connor Root. With one down, it'll be the left-handed batting center fielder and current league batting leader, Andy Chavez. 339 for Chavez with a pair of home runs, and he has driven in 31 for the season. A longtime major leaguer. Digging in with one out, nobody on base. Chavez here last night was 2 for 3, was lifted late in the game. First pitch strike, and the count is 0-1. Josh Bell playing up at the edge of the grass over at third. Casey Hobson deep at first. Up the middle is Wilson at short and Aarons at second. The Barnstormers have Sean Halton in left with Caleb Gindel in center field. Blake Galen is in right. Mike McDade is doing the catching for the Barnstormers once again here this evening. One out, nobody aboard here in the top half of the first inning. Next delivery, poured in for a strike. And it's 1-2 on Chavez. Here's the windup. 1-2 delivery. Root missing the outside corner, but in a good spot, a good pitch. Chavez wouldn't bite for it. And now the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Root's pitch. Slow tapper, third base side. Tough play. Up with it, Root. He'll fire, and he'll not get him. Chavez aboard on yet another infield base hit. A swinging bunt to the third base side of the mound.
The right fielder, number 15.
It took Connor a little bit too long to get to the ball and then release the throw. Chavez aboard on the infield single. Wellington Dotel, the right fielder, will come to the plate. So Chavez, who has 13 major league seasons, part or all under his belt, is the runner at first base. 5 stolen bases on the year. That included being the front end of a double steal here last night. 1 out, 1 on. Root comes to the belt. And to Dotel, well outside and low. Dotel had shown bunt. Ball 1, no strikes. The crowd continuing to file in here. I'm going to be intrigued to see what this stadium looks like by the time we reach, say, the third inning. I imagine there are a lot of folks still trying to get in. 1-0 pitch. A ball is wide of the plate, 2-0. They had over 7,000 tickets sold for the ball game today before the gates opened. 2 balls and nothing on Dotel. Root to the plate, and there's a strike to the outer corner. It is 2-1. Dotel, who for the past couple of seasons has been one of this league's best players, really doesn't have strong credentials coming in here, but he's been marvelous. Throw goes to first base with Chavez hopping back in. Wellington Dotel, originally from the Dominican Republic, started his career in the Seattle organization. He was there for 5 years. He has not played in a major league system since 2010. Last year hit .340 with 45 stolen bases. The 2-1 pitch up and away, 3 balls and a strike. This year, he has become a more patient hitter. In his full season a year ago, he walked only 20 times. And this year, in about 60% of the games, he's walked 24. 3-1. The count to Dotel. Runner goes. There's a swing and a miss, and they got Chavez hung up in between, but the throw went through and pulled Aarons off the bag, and he couldn't get it back to first base in time. Chavez is able to escape. 3-2. McDade fired through to second. Chavez realized he was in trouble, and about 40 feet along the way, he applied the brakes and was able to get back to first. 3-2, Dotel with a drive foul down the right field line up through the fake palm trees. Did anybody actually think they were real up there? I could sell you beachfront property in Kansas if you did. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Chavez still the runner at first. You might see him take off again. Root will fire to first base. Chavez diving back in. An opportunity for the Barnstormers here, or for the Bluefish here in the first inning. The Barnstormers trying to get a double play ball. Swinging infield base hit. There goes the runner. The pitch is beaten foul. Chavez will have to head back. I write anything like that down in the book simply as an infield single. A slash with INF underneath it. Now, some of those are going to be ground balls to the hole at shortstop or diving plays by the third baseman where he can't get off a throw. But the number of those full swings resulting in a 40-foot ground ball has just been astronomical this year. 3-2, Dotel swings and misses with a high fastball. Connor Root with the K. 2 outs in the inning, and Jose Heel, the catcher, steps in. Heel batting .322. He has 3 home runs. He has driven in 33 and a sac fly as well as a single here last night.
Now batting number 5, the catcher, Jose Heel.
Chavez, the runner at first base, 2 men gone. Striking out Wellington Dotel in this situation, huge. Very, very dangerous hitter. Heel steps in. Like the rest of his ball club, not necessarily a big power hitter, but he's a good RBI guy. Called strike 0-1. Heel came out of the Yankee system originally, bounced around, played for the Orioles and the Angels in the minors as well. 12 pro years. 0-1, and Root will step off. He's still a bit concerned about Endy Chavez, the runner at first base. Two outs with the man aboard. Root will work from the stretch. The delivery swung on and missed. Connors ahead of Heel at 0-2. He went 3 2/3 innings the first time he faced Bridgeport. That was back on the 21st of June at the ballpark at Harbor Yard. He allowed 4 hits and 2 runs, lost 6-1. He was fine through the first 2 innings. Adrian Chambers, who didn't spend long in Bridgeport, hit a home run off of him, leading off the 3rd inning. And they added another run there. Fastball high and inside. Heel chased out. Ball 1 and 2 strikes. At some point, he realized it was time to evacuate. Some type of built-in alarm system. Chavez leading off first. The count to Heel. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Root will go to first base instead, and Chavez is back in. Defense back, 2 outs in the inning. Outfield basically straight up here. 1-2. There's a little line drive into right center field. That is a base hit. Chavez will race all the way to third. Heel with a flare into right center field. And Bridgeport stays in business for Geraldo Valentin. Valentin, 5 for 15 with a home run and 2 runs batted in. The Barnstormers corralled him last night. He was 0 for 5 It took a couple of nice plays by Josh Bell over at third to keep him there, but he really didn't make a contribution to the 15-hit attack. We had a couple of scoring changes after the game last night. Luis Rodriguez awarded a base hit on the ball hit off Casey Hobson's glove. Caleb Gindel got a base hit on the ball off the glove of first baseman Jose Cuevas. First pitch strike, it is 0-1. The way that works, coaching staffs do have the prerogative to ask. And ask for a play to be reviewed. We have the video. Strike 2 to the outside corner, 0-2. Not umpire replay. Nothing out safe or fair foul, anything like that, but they do have the right to ask for a scoring decision to be reviewed. And no balls and 2 strikes. There goes the runner from first. Pitches outside. McDade will fire through. They're going to turn Chavez loose, and now he is pinched in a run down. McDade tracking him down. Quick throw to Bell, and Bell will lay the tag on the back of Endy Chavez. The Barnstormers snuffing that play out marvelously. And a steal attempt gone afoul eradicates the Bridgeport Bluefish from the first inning. Valentin will lead off the second. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. 1 man is left out on the bases at the end of 1/2 inning. It is Bridgeport nothing. The Barnstormers are coming up.
All right, Ben, here's how it's going to work. We're going to put an item up in the video.
Once again, thank you, Lancaster. With your support, we are once again the #1 dealer in our district, according to a recent Mitsubishi report. Hi, this is Richard Bennett, co-owner of Lancaster Mitsubishi. To continue our success through the month of May, Ally Financial is offering 0% financing for up to 72 months on select models. And don't forget, with over 25 different lenders and rebates and incentives from Mitsubishi, we can put you into a brand new car with absolutely 0 money down. And if you purchase a vehicle from us in the month of May, Lancaster Mitsubishi has partnered with the Lancaster Barnstormers to give you tickets to the Lancaster Mitsubishi Suite. So Lancaster, make your way to Lancaster Mitsubishi and become part of our story. As always, all sales come with our famous LLM Club, lifetime state safety inspections and car washes as long as you own the vehicle. We are located on the corner of McGovern Avenue and North Prince Street next to the train station. You know we have what you deserve.
I guested with Alex Einhorn on the BIA of Lancaster pregame show at the ballpark tonight. He asked me what I thought the key to tonight's game was for the Lancaster Barnstormers, and my answer was a quick start. The Barnstormers did just that against Ross Seaton the last time that they faced him. Caleb Gindel led off the game with a home run. Casey Hobson added a homer in the first and a home run in the third inning. Maybe not the long balls necessarily, but I think the Barnstormers need to strike for some runs here in the first couple of innings tonight. Gindel will lead off. He's batting .299, 10 home runs, and he has knocked in 71 for the season. Here is the motion, and the first pitch from Seaton is inside and low. Ball 1, no strikes the count. Seaton making his 8th start for Bridgeport, 1-3 and a 5.17 ERA, 38 hits in 38 1/3 innings. To Gindel, the pitch a strike at the letters. It is 1-1. He has both walked and struck out 17 on the year. 6 hits and 4 runs allowed to the Barnstormers in 7 innings that last start. Here is the motion and the 1-1. Gindel with a pop fly out the left. In comes Valentin, the left fielder. He is there to make the grab. Gindel retired to start the ball game. That's 1 down. Kevin Ahrens will step to the plate. Ahrens, 288. He had 3 singles here last night. 12 home runs, 60 runs batted in. Kevin has just had a very strong season in Lancaster. There's nothing spectacular about it. He's not an MVP candidate, but except on our ball club. But league-wide, no. He's just been a very good player. Good hitter, good fielder. The pitch, fastball for a strike called, 0-1 here. But it's the fact that he has played probably the last 70 or 80 games on a bad foot that really stands out. He's hurting. You watch him walk, it's not a pretty sight. The 0-1 to Ahrens. Loop down the right side. That'll carry out a play. Cuevas charging after it, but no chance. Ahrens bats against Seaton. No balls and 2 strikes. Casey Hobson, the first baseman who dominated Seaton the last time they met up, waits on deck. Oh, 0-2. And to Ahrens. High bouncer over to third. That is handled by Nina. Strong throw. And Ahrens is cut down, 2 away in the opening inning. Hobson will step in. KC batting .322 with 21 home runs, and he has knocked in 58 for the year. He's got an 11-game hitting streak, but on this homestand, we talked about how the bats have cooled off. Well, Hobson's still coming up with base hits, but oddly, they've all been singles here the last 4 games. He has 5 of them, good enough to keep the hitting streak going, but not wreaking the devastation that he had been for the previous few weeks. Here's the offering from Seaton, and it's hit in the air out toward shallow left center field. Coming on for it is Chavez, and it's a breezy inning. 1-2-3 on just 7 pitches for Ross Seaton. We're at the end of 1, and there is no score.
When the alarm goes off, the rush is on. And then you step into your Lexus ES. Now that's better. Exquisitely crafted details and exceptional comforts surround you. Before you know it, it's back to the grind. And not a moment too soon. A moment just for you. It's not just a car, it's your daily retreat. With innovative technology and refined styling, go ahead, spoil yourself. See Bobby Rahal Lexus in Mechanicsburg.
After church or before a Sunday ball game, drop by the Federal Tap House in Lancaster for their elegant Sunday brunch. Their brunch menu has something for everyone, which includes options such as stuffed French toast, Tap House Benedict's over burgers, crab cakes or short ribs, breakfast burritos, and huevos rancheros, not to mention select items off of their already great menu, which include their wood-fired pizzas. That's at Federal Tap House, 201 North Queen Street in downtown Lancaster, or at their other location on 2nd Street in Harrisburg. Served from 10:30 a.m. until 2 p.m.
Geraldo Valentin will lead off the second for the Bridgeport Bluefish. He was up there, had a couple of strikes in the count, and Bridgeport tried some trickery on the bases with Jose Gil starting, pulling up. They attempted to sneak Andy Chavez home from third. The Barnstormers defended it perfectly. The out officially was 2-4 to 2-5. Technically, Mike McDade only gets 1 assist on the play. But you can't defend that play much better than the Barnstormers did. Here's the delivery to Valentin. First pitch strike. It is 0-1. Smash towards shortstop, but it really off the bat handle. It slows down on the way to Dean Wilson. He's got plenty of time. throwing out Valentin. 1 out here in the second. Jose Cuevas will step to the plate, the first baseman at 274. He has 9 home runs, 58 runs batted in. Bridgeport very much in the playoff chase. The Bluefish with no chance at a wild card spot realistically, but they are only 3 games behind Somerset in the second half. If Bridgeport should happen to win that second half, it's going to hurt more than anybody else the Sugarland Skeeters. Fastball high and outside, ball 1 and no strike. Sugarland has to be rooting for the Barnstormers here this weekend, but Somerset and New Britain also. Lancaster Barnstormers fans here in this 3-game series. Outside with a fastball, 2-0. Somerset rallied with 4 in the bottom of the 8th last night to win 4-3. 3 of those runs were unearned. New Britain with a pair of errors in the inning. Swung on and missed. Cuevas batting 2-1 against Root. No score, top half of the second here tonight. Fans still filling in the seats here at Clipper Magazine Stadium. Cuevas takes a rip and fouls it back into the twines. 2 balls and 2 strikes. One thing we do have tonight that Sean Halton has to wish was here last night is a wind blowing out to right field. Sean might have had 2 home runs his first 2 at-bats last night if the conditions were identical to tonight. Instead, he had to settle for a long single and a deep fly ball out. Ball 3 is up, 3-2, the count to Cuevas. 1 out, nobody on in the second inning. Lights on at Clipper Magazine Stadium. The sun already down in this late season game. Ball 4 is up. Root loses Cuevas, a 1-out runner for Bridgeport. And second baseman Luis Rodriguez will come to the plate. He's listed as a switch hitter, but if they need him to bat right-handed late in the game, usually they go to Luis Nunez. That was the case last night. As a matter of fact, Luis Rodriguez, the manager Luis Rodriguez, pretty much emptied out his bench in the 7th inning last night. 1 out, 1 on, and to the batter Luis Rodriguez, a swing and a foul at the plate. No balls and a strike. Rodriguez, 254 batter with a home run and 17 driven in. There goes the runner, and Root is charged with a balk. And Cuevas is going to be given second base. He was well on his way anyhow. Barnstormers charged with another balk. A lot of them certainly over the course of this year. That is their 8th, which is more than normal. 1 strike to Rodriguez with a man in scoring position. There's the ground ball up the middle, base hit center field. Cuevas is being waved, and he's going to score easily as Bridgeport takes a 1-0 lead. Soft ground ball right up the middle for the RBI single. It is 1-0. Designated hitter Jonathan Galvez comes to the plate. So the Barnstormers do give up the first run here tonight. This team needs to rally itself. Just for, again, the lasting impression. You got a huge crowd, basically a capacity and then some crowd here tonight. Here's the offering, and a strike is served into Galvez, 0-1. Bridgeport with a walk, a balk, and a seeing eye single up the middle, producing the run. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Works its way to the outside corner. 0-2 from Connor Root. He's given up 3 singles and a walk out of the first 7 batters. 1 strikeout. 0-2 on Galvez. Angeles Nina, who has basically wrecked the Barnstormers the last 4 games between these 2 ball clubs, waits on deck. Here's the 0-2. Galvez looks at a breaking ball, down and away. Nino last night was 2 for 4 with a pair of RBI doubles. He drove in the first of the 9 Bridgeport runs. He had 5 runs banded in the last series here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Throw goes to first, and Rodriguez, who's not generally a big base stealing threat, jumps back in. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Rodriguez out to a moderate lead at best, and to Galvez, ground ball shortstop. Wilson handles, Aarons 1, and Hobson 2. 6-4-3 on the double play, killing the inning for the Bridgeport Bluefish, but not before they score a run on 1 hit with no errors, nobody left on base. We head to the bottom half of the 2nd inning. Bridgeport with the early lead tonight. It is the Bluefish 1 and the Stormers 0.
After you juggle the kids, sports, homework, housework, and squeeze in a moment for yourself, there isn't much time left to plan activities to keep your family having fun together. So give yourself a break and head to Strasburg Railroad, where the 45-minute steam train ride is just the beginning. There are family-friendly train events, vintage baseball, shop tours, a steampunk weekend, plus our popular Day Out with Thomas trains. The fun is as endless as your imagination. Reserve your tickets at strasburgrailroad.com.
The National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown is the place where baseball legends live forever. It's where the exciting moments of today stand along the iconic tales of the past. With new exhibits and artifacts telling incredible stories, the Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum is a must-see destination for fans of all ages. Baseball in Cooperstown. Oh my! Plan your visit today. Check out baseballhall.org.
Ross Seaton has been handed a 1-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the 2nd inning. Josh Bell to get it underway for the Barnstormers. Bell with a 3-run home run in the midst of the 6-run 7th inning uprising here last night. That was his 18th home run of the season. Barnstormers with 3 of the top 7 in the league now in the home run category. Casey Hobson is 4th, Sean Halton is 5th, Bell is 7th. And it actually goes down 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18. Here's the motion. And to Bell, high fly ball, foul out of play down the left field line and onto a fairly crowded hillside. There may have been an opening night or two in the past where I've seen this many people on the hill, but the seats aren't all filled in. So I don't think we're going to hit one of our top 10 crowds of all time. We were working on it, but we should have at least 7 in here tonight. 0-1 to Bell. Here's the motion, Seaton to the plate, and strike 2 is delivered. Seaton has thrown only 9 pitches so far. He got the 3 outs in the 1st inning, and his lead on Bell is at no balls and 2 strikes. Sean Halton waiting on deck. Seaton, the right-hander, into the windup and the pitch. Bell with a flare out toward left field. Charging in Valentini won't get there, and Josh Bell has a blue pit starting off the 2nd inning as he drops one in down the line. In this ballpark, with as deep as left field is, as much territory as there is to cover, a left-handed slugger will very often pick up base hits of that nature. Seaton falls victim to one here, and Sean Halton now steps in. Halton 290 with 20 home runs and 63 driven in. Seaton is from Houston, Texas. He will turn 27 next Sunday during the season finale, 6'4", 200-pounder. The pitch to Halton across for a strike. It is 0-1. Lancaster down by a run here in the home half of the 2nd inning. Bell, the runner at first base, nobody out. Butch Hobson coaching third. Daisuke Yoshida is at first base. Mike Jacobs waits on deck. No balls and a strike. Halton looks at a fastball down and away. Ball 1-0. Seaton, the pitcher who seems to throw his whole body forward toward the plate on the follow-through. It is somewhat of a violent follow-through. 1 ball and a strike. Right-hander out of the set. And to the plate, not so much there. Halton cranks one out the left field. Valentin going back, all the way back, and the walls will not contain it. Sean Halton's first home run since back on August 12th, his 21st of the season. The Barnstormers out to a 2-run lead.
Another Barnstormer has just come home. You too can come home to a
Nothing cheap about that home run. Sean Halton finding the hillside. 21st of the season. And you know when Sean hits one, very often more are to follow. Mike Jacobs to the plate. Jacobs, 235 with 4 homers and 19 runs batted in. A monstrous home run to straightaway left field for Sean Halton here in the second inning. And the Barnstormers take that 2-1 lead. Jacobs digging in. And the pitch dealt for a strike by Seaton. It is 0-1. Jacobs being played to pull. The shortstop Hernandez pretty much backing up Seaton. The offering is pulled. 1 hop right to the second baseman Rodriguez. Jacobs is retired 4-3. First out here in the second. And Blake Galen will step in. Galen right now tied for second all-time in both runs and hits in a Barnstormers uniform. Is he going to catch number 1 in either? Not this year. He does have a chance to get to number 1 in doubles. He already is the all-time leader in home runs. He needs 4 more doubles to tie Jut Heilman for the top spot. 1 out, nobody on base, and a Galen, a strike to the inside corner from Seaton. It's 0-1. Blake is 37 hits shy and 37 runs shy of the all-time records. Inside and low, a ball and a strike. He's behind Heilman in hits and Michael Woods in runs. He needs 4 runs batted in to tie for second with Aaron Herr, and Heilman's the all-time leader there. Galen awaits the 1-1 offering. Swing and a miss. Seaton pulled the string a little bit. He gets ahead of Blake 1-2. Mike McDade waits on deck. Halton finally gets his 50th extra base hit of the year. He now ties Hobson for 4th in the home run chase. Here's the 1-2 on Galen. Way inside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. David Vidal of Somerset leads with 24. Michael Snyder from Southern Maryland with 23. And Jeremy Barfield of Sugar Land with 22. Could be hotly contested over the last week. 2-2 to Galen. Ball 3 is inside and low, filling the count. Well, if only Halton had this wind blowing last night, he'd have at least 1 more. Here's the payoff. Galen gets the walk. 1 out base runner here in the second. Mike McDade stepping in. The Barnstormers still have not scored a run against Seaton other than with a home run.
Congratulations.
They have 2 solo shots and a couple of 2-run blasts against him in his 2 starts here. McDade stands in. Been hitless the past couple of games he's played. Galen the runner at first with 1 out. Seaton to the plate. And McDade gets ball 1 down low. 2-1 Lancaster, lower half of the second inning. Field set up, double play depth. There's a pickoff throw to first. Galen scrambles back in.
Boring.
That is one category where he has made very, very little progress up the ladder this year, and that's stolen bases, simply because his mobility is curtailed. 1-0, line drive, sinking in a hurry out to center field and down in front of Chavez for a base hit.
Now batting shortstop, number 7.
It looked like a wicked line drive off the bat of McDade, but he must have hit it oddly. The ball took a curious path out toward Chavez. It started off toward right center field and initially looked like it might be a gapper, but at the same time potentially caught by Chavez, and then the ball just darted down into the left into center, and Chavez had to pull up short and make sure he didn't let it through. Here's Dean Wilson with runners at first and second, one out, a bunt possible. He drops it down, but foul off to the third base side and behind the plate. No balls and a strike. Galen at second, McDade at first with one out. The Barnstormers have the 2-run home run this inning. That's great, but you'd love to see more runs out of this with 2 more base runners aboard, 1 out in the inning. Wilson trying to advance the runners. You've got Caleb Gindel waiting on deck. The 0-1 is outside and low. Heel was looking for a place to throw. McDade headlong back into first. Mike McDade doesn't have to deal with pickoff throws all that often, or even bluffs on pickoff throws. To Wilson, here's the 1-1. Slowly hit ground ball shortstop. Around behind it is Hernandez. He'll get the force out at second on McDade. That will be it. No chance to even consider making a throw to first. Galen over to third. McDade is out 6-4. Wilson safe on the fielder's choice. Here is Gindel. Caleb fly to left, leading off the ball game. Two-1 Lancaster. Runners at the corners with 2 gone here in the second inning. Here is the set by Seaton and to Gindel. Slow bounder foul over toward the first base side. That is strike 1. Caleb is a huge college football fan, as most people from down south are. Big day today, but the second week of the season generally does not provide the premium matchups. There really weren't any of note today, and most of the favorites won. Clemson, though, had trouble with Troy. Oh my goodness, 30-24. And Oklahoma State lost to Central Michigan. There was definitely some controversy there. 0-1, the count to Gindel. Fastball misses away from Seaton. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gindel trying to drive in Blake Galen from third. He's there with 2 outs. A lot of room to the right side of second base for Caleb as they're shifted around a bit toward the right against him. Not a full-fledged shift. Swinging a foul out of play. 1-2. Gindel is an Auburn fan. You've got R.J. Hively, who's a big fan of Ole Miss. He went there. You got the University of Alabama contingent, made up of the 2 Hobsons and Chase Patterson and myself. Ross Peoples loves at any given time Florida State, Auburn, or Georgia. He's kind of loyal to all 3. Fouled away. and for a variety of reasons. Geographically, where Ross is from, he's actually fairly close to all three. Georgia might be the one furthest away, but that's his home state. Rich Rundle's big fan of the Tennessee Volunteers. Rich grew up in Knoxville. 1-2 to Gindel, inside and low. Good save by Heel. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Really, the marquee game tonight is the novel game because of the location more than the matchup. Tennessee taking on Virginia Tech at the Raceway in Bristol, which is located roughly, I'll say roughly halfway between the two. It's closer to Knoxville. Two balls and 2 strikes to Gindel, but not by much. It's very conveniently located. It almost should be an annual event. Two outs, runners at the corners. Seaton to the set, and to Gindel. He swings and misses at a changeup away, and the Barnstormers are not able to get that extra run home. 2 runs in the inning on 3 hits with no errors, a couple of runners left on base. At the end of 2, Barnstormers are up 2-1.
Localflavor.com, local flavor. Localflavor.com, local flavor.
Excuse me, are you saying localflavor.com?
Oh, yeah, it's where I save big bucks on all kinds of things. Home improvement projects, dining out, family fun, electronics, jewelry, clothing. I even bought my wife a fancy spa package for half price.
Half price?
Yep, you know all the deals you find in Clipper Magazine.
I love Clipper Magazine.
Well, they're all on localflavor.com too. And you can get them right on your phone thanks to localflavor.com's mobile app. Here, take a look.
Well, this app is amazing. Look at all these restaurants, amusement parks, car washes, fitness centers. This is worth sharing about.
Exactly. Localflavor.com online, the Local Flavor mobile app, and Clipper Magazine together. It's like a triple play.
Do the cheer again. I'm in.
Localflavor.com, local flavor. Come on, everybody! Localflavor.com, local flavor. Localflavor.com, local flavor.
Angeles Nina leads off the 3rd for the Bridgeport Bluefish. Nina has had some terrific nights at Clipper Magazine Stadium, their last couple of visits in here. As we mentioned earlier, a pair of RBI doubles last night. 7 runs banded in his last 4 games here, and this is a guy who has 10 doubles, 4 homers, and 28 runs banded in on the year. And so much of it, a significant percentage, coming in this ballpark. First offering from Root is a called strike 0-1, and hitters will tell you that some ballparks just favor them. The sight lines are made for them. Lou Ford has said it about Clipper Magazine Stadium, how much he loves hitting here as a visiting player. Ball is outside 1-1, and other ballparks just completely baffle hitters, again, because of the sight lines. Swing and a miss at a fastball. Nina bats at 1-2. Tommy Everidge, for example, just had a devil of a time hitting at Southern Maryland. He always did. 1-2, especially the second year. And Anina, that slash foul, look out over on the first base seats past the dugout. The count remains a ball and 2 strikes to the leadoff batter in the 3rd inning. Root, for the most part, throwing strikes tonight. He misses here, 2-2, but the one time he didn't, he lost Cuevas on a walk in the second inning, and that cost him the run. That's the man who scored. 2-1 Lancaster. The Barnstormers with a bloop single followed by a tremendous home run in the second inning. Fly ball out to right field here. That wind is blowing. Back on it goes Galen. He's got to play onto the track, reaching up to make the catch. Nina is retired, but he didn't miss by much on a ball that wasn't hit very well. One out, the shortstop Luis Hernandez comes in. Hernandez grounded to short back in the first inning. Bridgeport's dangerous in this ballpark because they've got all these contact hitters, and they don't need to hit the ball 400 feet to right field, which most of the Barnstormers hitters would do. They can get those 310-foot home runs up onto the deck. There's Hernandez with a stroke into right field. That is a base hit. One out runner on the fourth hit of the night for Bridgeport. Andy Chavez coming in. Chavez aboard on an infield single back in the first inning. Full swing and a trickler just past the mound. One out, one on. 5 of 10 have reached base so far against Connor Root. The Barnstormers have had 4 out of 10 get on base against Ross Seaton. Neither guy at his sharpest here tonight. The pitch to Chavez, that's lined out toward left field. Coming on is Halton. He is there to make the catch. No chance for Hernandez to go anywhere. He plays it halfway. 2 gone in the inning, and Wellington Dotel will be the batter. Dotel, a strikeout victim for Root back in the first inning. Connor got through 6 innings in his last start. No decision for him. He pitched well on Sunday at Sugar Land. Lancaster would win that game in the 9th inning on a sacrifice fly by Mike Jacobs and a very well-constructed run in that 9th in a tie game. 2 outs, runner at first base, and a Dotel fouled away to the right. It's 0-1. Root trying to protect the lead through the 3rd inning. Aarons, Hobson, and Bell in the bottom half. Here's the 0-1. Dotel looks at a ball just off the corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Had some finals in the major leagues today. The surging Yankees beat Tampa Bay 5-1. The delivery, Dotel, a vicious cut and a miss. Hernandez was trying to perhaps distract Root into a second balk in this ball game, but it didn't work. Seattle annihilated Oakland today, 14-3. Houston nipped the Chicago Cubs 2-1. And Toronto over Boston 3-2, tightening that AL East race back up. It's a 4-team race now. Root will back away for a moment as Dotel also backs out. How about J.A. Happ going to 18-4 with the win today? Rick Porcello is 20-3 for the Red Sox. 1-2, fastball upstairs to Dotel, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Boston is 79-62, Toronto 78-63. The Yankees are 76-65 and still wedged in there at the Orioles, who are up big at Detroit early, trying to get the 77-64. They're staggered by a game. Fastball is in too close. Dotel batting 3-2. Hernandez will get the free pass from first base. The Yankees are unbelievably hot. Three and 2 with 2 outs. Runner goes, pitch foul to the screen. Still 3 balls and 2 strikes. Heel waits on deck. Payoff is due. Hernandez free to run. There he goes. Here's the pitch. Smashed up the middle. Base hit right center field. Watch for this play. Sprinting toward third is Hernandez. Gindel got on it in a hurry, preventing any kind of run from scoring. But we have seen the Barnstormers this year twice in similar situations give up a run from first base on a simple base hit, with the runner taking off at 3-2. There are Bluefish at the corners. Jose Heel stepping in. Heel with a base hit into right center back in the first inning. 5 hits, all singles off of Root here tonight. Defense back with 2 outs in the inning. Might look for Dotel to be on the move here. He goes. The pitch is a called strike. McDade's going to throw through, and that ball gets away. Here comes the tying run. Hernandez will score on the error. Dotel will get a stolen base there, but the tying run, Hernandez, comes across on an E2. 2-2 ball game. Heel batting at no balls and a strike. He's got Dotel at second base. 2 outs in the inning. Lancaster allows the ball game to be tied up right after taking the lead. Chop foul wide of third, a second strike on the right-handed batting Heel. The ball's hit fairly well in this third inning. Close it out tomorrow at 2 with a special 9/11 anniversary presentation. Justin Jackson on the hill. 0-2 pitch. Nailed down the right field side, but slicing foul. That had home run distance, but Heel could not sneak it inside the pole. No balls and 2 strikes. Still to the right-handed batting catcher. He's trying to put his team back into the lead. A look back at second. Dotel takes off. The pitch is low, gets away a long ways from McDade. Dotel sprinting for the plate, and he's going to score. It'll be both a stolen base and a wild pitch. And with that, the speed game of the Bridgeport Bluefish creates a 3-2 lead. Root went into the dirt, and the ball deflected off the shin guard of Mike McDade almost to the Bridgeport dugout. And Dotel's one of those players, once he gets up ahead of steam, he's as fast as anybody. High to Heel, 2 balls and 2 strikes. He never slowed down, he scored easily. And the Barnstormers trail by a run again. To Heel, here's the 2-2, upstairs, ball 3 and 2 strikes. So Dotel in the inning has his 14th and 15th stolen bases of the year. Now the payoff, Heel takes ball 4 outside and low. Bringing on Valentine, who's still looking for his first hit of the series. Butch Hobson on his way out to the mound. He wants to have a chat with Root, who is maybe a little overly amped here. This has been a very difficult top half of the third inning.
Ladies and gentlemen, We have a very special day planned tomorrow to honor those fallen and the first
59 pitches for Root. He has now walked 2. Been charged with a balk. He has thrown a wild pitch. All 5 hits have been singles. The Barnstormers beautifully defended a first and third play in the opening inning. Here in the third, McDade tried to do the same thing, but he made a mistake. He miscalculated, I think, Wellington Dotel. He should have held the baseball right there. And it would have been second and third. Now the wild pitch and everything that happened on that, it would have allowed 1 run to score, but Dotel wouldn't have been running from second base. He would have only gotten to third. 1 strike on Geraldo Valentin. Root's next offering, skied to the first base side and out of play. A couple of strikes on the right-handed batting left fielder. Bridgeport back into the lead, 3-2 here in the top half of the third inning. Right-hander will back off of the pitching rubber. Valentin stepping back away. Oh-2 out to right field and directly at Blake Galen. He came in maybe 1 step and that was it. The Roots finally through the inning, but damage is done. 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 error. And as it turned out, there was 1 man left on base. We're in the middle of the third tonight at Clipper Magazine Stadium with the score 3-2 Bridgeport.
In the red, Alex in the blue. First one base.
What's more exhilarating than playing the new Million in an Instant game with top prizes of $1 million? Winning on the spot.
Woo-hoo! I won!
So if you can't wait to win, then don't wait to play. Million in an Instant from the Pennsylvania Lottery for a chance to win up to $1 million on the spot. The Pennsylvania Lottery. Keep on scratching. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
It's nice out and you just want to relax after a day at work. The Lancaster Barnstormers have a great idea. For Monday through Thursday home games, the Barnstormers have super dinner and a ball game deals at Clipper Magazine Stadium. On Monday, join us for an all-you-can-eat pork barbecue dinner in the Hess's Picnic Pavilion, or choose chicken on Tuesday, all for just $20, including your game ticket. And new on Monday, it's pizza, beer, and pinball all night long. Then on Wednesdays, it's Hatfield hot dogs for just $1 each, with 2-for-1 burgers on Thursdays. Call 717-509-HITS or go to LancasterBarnstormers.com for more details.
Kevin Aarons, Casey Hobson, and Josh Bell scheduled in the lower half of the third inning. Lancaster back down by a run. One of the runs unearned against Root. From the top of the inning. Now to Aarons, just outside on the fastball, 1-0. Kevin grounded to third on a 1-hopper back in the first inning. Chavez cheating him toward the opposite field. Dotel almost to the warning track and right. Swinging a foul ball straight back by Kevin. It is 1-1. Bridgeport has tried to win on little ball tonight. It's been effective, even though they misfired in the first inning. Ball 2 is up, 2-1. The Barnstormers need the home runs. They lead the league in hitting. They lead the league in long balls. 2-1 to Aarons. Ground ball foul. Butch gets a hand on it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lancaster needs a win tonight to avoid skidding to a season low 11 games under 500. Aarons crushes it, but foul down the left field line. Home run distance, but not at the right angle. And he broke his bat on it. Kevin is a big, strong guy. I know that, but there aren't many who can actually do that. The ball landed on the other side of the chain link fence, foul territory, down the hillside toward the back of the hill. Hit about, I would say, 325 feet maybe. And he broke his bat. 2-2, the continuing count on second baseman Kevin Aarons. Here's the motion, Seaton to the plate, gets him to swing and miss. Back-to-back strikeouts now for Seaton. 1 gone in the 3rd inning. Casey Hobson will come to the plate. Hobson flied out to center field back in the 1st inning. Not been able to extend his hitting streak as of yet. Defense slides over toward the right. Seaton into the windup to KC. A strike at the letters. It's 0-1. Got a ton of room out in left center, even more so down the 3rd baseline. He looks at a ball low to Hobson. We are square, 1 ball, 1 strike. Bridgeport up 3-2, playing the 3rd inning. 1-1 pitch, Hobson way out in front of it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the kick by Seaton. The pitch spun foul off the end of the bat. Out of play on the left.
There goes another windshield.
1-2 is the holding count. Certainly a prolonged ball game so far tonight. Hobson awaits the 1-2. Seaton brings it home, and it's fouled off again. It's taken a while for Seaton to face these first 2 batters. Hobson awaiting the 1-2. Seaton with the leg kick way inside and low. Casey had to get the back foot out of there quickly. 2-2 the count. Root is over 60 pitches for 3 innings. Seaton at 44. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The offering. Casey swings and hits it deep right center field. Way back it goes onto the walkway. We're tied at 3. That's number 22 for Casey Hobson, as the top 2 Barnstormers in the home run chase are making a statement here tonight. 22 on the year for Casey Hobson. And he only had 2 at the end of June. Josh Bell to the plate. Bell reached on a bloop hit back in the 2nd. Hobson connects against Seaton for the 3rd time in 2 starts. tied at 3. Here's the pitch to Bell. Off the hands again, popped up behind third base. Nina able to dart back and make the play. 2 outs, and Halton will step in.
Left fielder, Sean Halton.
So I can tell you, Vidal, we'll get the updates. Somerset is on the board, so we'll check Vidal. I was just about to say, we know that David Vidal has not homered in the game tonight. And just as I was about to say that, a run came on the board for Somerset, so I have to check out the origin. That's their newcomer, Mazzola. Ball 1 and no strikes. I'm so disappointed we don't get to face a player named Mazzola. Pitch slipped out of the hand of Seaton. Not a lot on it, and Halton was able to lean back out of the way, but it was up toward his coconut. 2 balls, no strikes to Sean Halton. So no home run for Vidal tonight. Of that we are sure. No home run for Snyder. Southern Maryland being shut out. Strike on the outside corner to Halton. It is now 2-1. And definitely looks like Jeremy Barfield might have number 23. 2-1, ground ball toward the hole at short. Backhanded play made by Hernandez. He's got time for the throw. Halton not at full speed. 6-3, he goes down. Hobson ties it with a 1-out solo home run here in the 3rd inning. The only Barnstormer base hit, nobody left on base. We're through 3 tonight here at Clipper Magazine Stadium in a 3-3 tie.
It's baseball season, and no one is more excited about that than we here at Lancaster Bible College, proud sponsor of Lancaster Barnstormers baseball. At Lancaster Bible College, you can earn your associate's, bachelor's, master's, seminary, or doctoral degrees through a distinctly biblical lens in areas like leadership, communication, business administration, social work, education, pastoral studies, music, and many more. Find out how you can take the next step in your educational journey to earn a degree from LBC. Visit us on the web at lbc.edu. We look forward to seeing you at Barnstormers games this season.
Three runs, 5 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base for Bridgeport so far tonight. And for the Lancaster Barnstormers, 3 runs on 4 hits with an error, and also 2 runners left on the bases. Jose Cuevas, Luis Rodriguez, and Jonathan Galvez will be facing Connor Root in the 4th inning. Barnstormers have now scored 7 runs off of Ross Seaton over 2 starts, and all 7 have come on the long ball. Casey Hobson has been good for 3 of those home runs. Caleb Gindel and Sean Halton with the others. Here is Cuevas, who walked and scored back in the 2nd inning. Bridgeport only had 6 runs batted in last night, and only 1 so far tonight. Ball 1, high and outside to Cuevas, 1-0. They have found some intriguing ways to score in this series. Root ready to go with the 1-0. Cuevas staring at a strike. It is 1-1. It'll still be a while before we get the attendance figure. Here's the wind, 1-1, swing and a miss at the heat. A ball and 2 strikes. Connor Root, the 22-year-old shaggy redhead. His first professional experience. He made 1 start for Quebec City in the interim. 1-2 upstairs, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Coming out of D2, Bentley College. Economics major there. Here's a 2-2 offering off the hands and foul into the Barnstormers bullpen area. Down by the chairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Connor's had a tough time coming up with outs tonight. 7 of 14 batters have reached base for Bridgeport. 5 singles and 2 walks. Here's a 2-2. Fastball is up 3-2. And they're just grinding him down. The Bluefish, we talked about this last night, they don't strike out much. You have to get them to get themselves out on those in-between pitches. Time called here at home plate. Cuevas batting 3-2, leading off the inning. And we've watched this the entire night. Cuevas did it the last time up. Here's the payoff pitch. He gets the walk. Root puts his 3rd on. The batter will be the second baseman, Luis Rodriguez. Rodriguez singled home Cuevas back in the 2nd inning following the walk and a balk. The New Britons leading Somerset tonight 2-1, and Sugar Land has Southern Maryland down 3-0. Long Island ahead of York 4-1. To Rodriguez, there is a bunt and a good one. Bell charging, Root has to get out of the way, and Josh with the throw on to Hobson. It'll be a sacrifice, 5-3, moving Cuevas to second base. 1 out in the inning. Jonathan Galvez will come to the plate. He grounded into a double play in the 2nd inning. You see the contrast in these 2 ball clubs with the way this game has played out tonight. The Barnstormers booming the home runs, and Bridgeport with singles, sacrifice bunts, stolen bases. And it is a very good game plan. It's been a good game plan against the Barnstormers all year. You cannot try to outslug Lancaster. It will not happen unless you're maybe York. Ball 1 is outside on Galvez. It is 1-0. Root glancing back to Cuevas. To Galvez, 1-0. Ball 2 missing the outside corner. 2 balls and no strikes. There is action in the Lancaster bullpen. Can't quite make out the number, but I believe that is R.J. Hively, the one-time Bridgeport right-hander. Two balls and nothing on Galvez. Root to the plate, way outside, 3-0. Connor ended up coming back to the Barnstormers when they lost Brian Evans and Terry Doyle in the same week. And it's been circumstances like that that have kept the Barnstormers, in a sense, on their heels all year. 3-0 on Galvez. Root deals a strike. Galvez appeared to be taking the entire way, and it's now 3-1. Number 9 batter, Angeles Nina, the third baseman, waits on deck. 3-3 our score here in the 4th inning. Root glances back. Here's the pitch, and this is hammered to right field, slicing toward the corner, and that ball is rattling high off the boards. Here comes Cuevas. He's on his way home into second with a headfirst slide. Galvez with a double, and Bridgeport is back into the lead, 4-3. Angeles Nina, the third baseman, coming to the plate. He is flied to deep right field. Bridgeport has scored for the third consecutive inning. One out, first base open. The switch hitting Hernandez waits on deck. On the Major League scoreboard, the Phillies and Washington Nationals are scoreless through 3.5 innings. Swing and a miss by Nina. He goes down a strike. It is 0-1. Galvez at second base, one out. Pirates are up 4-0 over the Cincinnati Reds in the fourth inning. The Pirates probably not going anywhere this year. Line drive, left field, sinking quickly. That's in for a base hit. They're going to send the runner. Halton with a throw home. McDade applies the tag, and they got him. Galvez is out at the plate, 7-2. Boy, Luis Rodriguez being very aggressive out there. Halton was up with that ball pretty quickly, and he's got a good enough arm. It even bounced in twice to McDade, and still a tag applied. Galvez is out 7-2. On to second base on the play went Nina, and this brings out Butch Hobson. And it looks like this might be all tonight for Connor Root. Nina, the runner at second base with 2 outs in the inning, but every Bridgeport batter here in the fourth inning has done what he went up there to do. And the call does go to the pen. That's going to be it for Root. He leaves after 3 1/3 innings here tonight. So we're going to have a pitching change in the fourth. Bridgeport has retaken the lead 4-3. Strong throw by Sean Halton, and some daring base running by Bridgeport, keeping it at a 1-run deficit. We're going to take a break and pause for these messages.
It's baseball season, and no one is more excited about that than we here at Lancaster Bible College, proud sponsor of Lancaster Barnstormers baseball. At Lancaster Bible College, you can earn your associate's, bachelor's, master's, seminary, or doctoral degrees through a distinctly biblical lens in areas like leadership, communication, business administration, social work, education, pastoral studies, music, and many more. Find out how you can take the next step in your educational journey to earn a degree from LBC. Visit us on the web at lbc.edu. We look forward to seeing you at Barnstormers games this season.
Hey kids, thanks to Isaacs, you can be part of the Barnstormers. The Isaacs Barnyard Bunch is quite a deal. You get lawn vouchers for 6 games, 6 kids park passes, the chance to go on the field with your Barnstormers during the national anthem on 2 different nights, and a Barnyard Bunch t-shirt. But there's more. Any Barnyard Bunch member will get 2 vouchers for kids' meals at your favorite Lancaster County Isaacs Deli. You get all of this for only $25. Even better, if you sign up at your local Isaacs, you save $5 more. So join the Barnyard Bunch today.
R.J. Hively gets the call here in the fourth inning to face Luis Hernandez. Hernandez is 1 for 2. Bridgeport just knocking the ball around again here tonight. 7 hits through 3 1/3 innings off of Connor Root. Bridgeport ended up last night with 15 hits once we made the scoring changes after the game, giving 1 extra hit to each team. As Bill Hoffman decided that yesterday was National Be Nasty to First Baseman Day or something. I'm just kidding. He called both errors originally, and we just reviewed last night. Talked to both ball clubs, and everybody pretty much in agreement down there. They thought they were both base hits, so the changes were made. Nina bouncing around off second. The first delivery is fouled away by Hernandez. No balls and 1 strike. Root walked 3 tonight, struck out 1. Right now, this Bridgeport team may be the toughest batting order in the league to get through. They're all stubborn hitters, and they just wore Connor Root down tonight. 1 strike to Hernandez. Fastball is away. 1-1. Hernandez is 4 for 7 in the series. He's trying to pick up an extra run here in the 4th inning. Rodriguez was awfully daring by sending Galvez on the base hit by Nina. Here's the offering, popped up out to left field. Halton was playing shallow, and he'll be there. Hernandez retired. Hively comes on to get the 3rd out here in the inning. It is 1 run on 2 hits with no errors, a runner stranded. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th tonight here in Lancaster. It is Bridgeport 4, Lancaster 3.
Once again, thank you, Lancaster. With your support, we are once again the #1 dealer in our district, according to a recent Mitsubishi report. Hi, this is Richard Bennett, co-owner of Lancaster Mitsubishi. To continue our success through the month of May, Ally Financial is offering 0% financing for up to 72 months on select models. And don't forget, with over 25 different lenders and rebates and incentives from Mitsubishi, we can put you into a brand new car with absolutely zero money down. And if you purchase a vehicle from us in the month of May, Lancaster Mitsubishi has partnered with the Lancaster Barnstormers to give you tickets to the Lancaster Mitsubishi Suite. So Lancaster, make your way to Lancaster Mitsubishi and become part of our story. As always, all sales come with our famous LLM Club, lifetime state safety inspections and car washes as long as you own the vehicle. We are located on the corner of McGovern Avenue and North Prince Street next to the train station. You know we have what you deserve.
The Barnstormers have gone into the lower half of 3 straight innings, trailing by a run with different scores. It was 1-0 going into the bottom of the 2nd, 3-2 going into the bottom of the 3rd, and now 4-3 going into the bottom of the 4th inning. Mike Jacobs, Blake Galen, and Mike McDade scheduled against Ross Seaton. Seaton has allowed 4 hits and 3 runs. He has walked 1, struck out 2. The long ball has gotten him. Jacobs digging in. Mike grounded out 4-3 first time up. Partial shift is on. Jacobs takes a fastball outside. Ball 1 and no strikes. Also in the major leagues, the Dodgers have just gone ahead of Miami 1-0 on a Jock Peterson home run. There in the 5th. 1-0. Jacobs spins a foul out of play over on the left. The ball and a strike. The Mets and the Braves are knotted at 2. That's in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Milwaukee's up 1-0 at St. Louis in the 5th. San Francisco and Arizona scoreless in the 2nd. Colorado's at San Diego later. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jacobs. Here's the motion and the pitch. Jacobs takes a 2nd strike to make it 1-2. Seattle 14-3 over Oakland. Yankees 5-1 over Tampa. Houston 2-1 over the Cubs. Toronto 3-2 over Boston. Cleveland and Minnesota knotted at 1 in the 5th inning tonight. Kansas City 3, the White Sox 1 in the 4th. Fastball high and inside to Jacobs. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Baltimore is up big 7-1 over Detroit at the end of 3. And of course, home runs are involved. The Orioles have 3 of them. Rangers at the Angels coming up later. Payoff pitch, or rather the 2-2, is due to Mike Jacobs. Seaton to the plate, and now it'll be a payoff pitch. I spoke too soon. 3 balls and 2 strikes. It hasn't entirely been smooth sailing for Ross Seaton, but he is working with a lead. Here's the 3-2. Jacobs will take the walk down to first base. Ball 4, very inside and low. Blake Galen will step to the plate. The Barnstormers get the leadoff man aboard here in the 4th inning.
Located in Central Market, as well as Champion Ford Center when Harrisburg play.
Trying to swing the pendulum back the other way. Root went 3 1/3, 7 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned. He walked 3, struck out 1, was charged with a wild pitch and a balk. Through latest unofficial count, 77 pitches. And it's 3 2/3 innings. To Galen, fastball away, ball 1 and no strikes. He got the benefit of the out at the plate on Galvez. The second out in the 4th inning. R.J. Hively came on and got rid of Luis Hernandez rather neatly. To Galen, 1-0, popped up on the left side. Calling for this one is the center fielder Chavez behind shortstop to make the catch. Galen's retired. Here comes McDade. Mike laced a single into center field in the 2nd inning. Barnstormers don't advance that leadoff runner. McDade stands in. The pitch to Mike is over but low. Ball 1, no strikes. Dean Wilson, the shortstop, due next. By the way, Hobson's tying home run in the 3rd did extend his hitting streak to 12. So he has a chance to break the franchise record if he gets a base hit in every game the rest of the way. He will surpass LeCroy and Gindel. Strike to the outer edge, 1-1 on McDade. Mike Jacobs aboard at first base with 1 out here after Galen's short pop fly to center. Seaton comes set, and to McDade, foul ball back to the screen to make it 1-2. Mike being played to pull. He doesn't always. Here's a 1-2. Center field here, and again, an easy play for Chavez, a bit toward his right, over toward left center field to make the catch. That will leave the inning to Dean Wilson, the shortstop. He reached on a fielder's choice back in the 2nd inning. The Barnstormers have been able to catch up to Bridgeport the last 2 innings, but in the 4th, the leadoff walk to Jacobs offering some promise. But now Jacobs remains at first base. He is there with 2 men down. Wilson standing in. Seaton comes to the set. And to Dean. It's lifted to right field. The wind will take it a little bit deeper. But a play is available to Dotel. Front edge of the warning track. Final out recorded, no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 man left on base. We're done with 4. Bridgeport's up 4-3.
The Federal Tap House is a great place to stop by after a Barnstormers game and continue your enjoyable evening in downtown Lancaster. Featuring 100 beers on tap, including many craft beers from here in Central PA, the Federal Tap House has something for everyone's palate, not to mention a full bar and elegant wine selection for the non-beer geeks in the group. For the entire lineup of brews, check online at federaltaphouse.com. That's at Federal Tap House, 201 North Queen Street just blocks from Clipper Magazine Stadium or at their other location in Harrisburg.
To see if the Lexus NX is right for you, eliminate one word from each of the following: style or substance, utility or agility, capable or captivating. Can't decide? Fortunately, this is the luxury crossover that goes beyond utility, meaning the only word you have to eliminate is or. The Lexus NX Turbo and Hybrid. Once driven, there's no going back. See Bobby Rahal Lexus in Mechanicsburg.
Center fielder, Andy Chavez.
Andy Chavez leads off the fifth. He is 1 out of 2. He'll be facing R.J. Hively. Hively got the last out, last inning. Trying to keep Bridgeport tethered for an inning or two more. Give the Barnstormers the chance to come back. The pitch to Chavez, fastball upstairs. It is ball 1 and no strikes. Lancaster's been out hit 7-4, but in terms of total bases, the Barnstormers with the edge. Just straight up total bases. Driven down the left side, foul out of play. Back onto the hill by Chavez. 1 ball and 1 strike. So I'd be interested to know what people think, what changes might be made for the Barnstormers next year. Here's a 1-1, popped up by Chavez. Back into the outfield goes Dean Wilson, and he'll give up the ball to Sean Halton at the last minute. 1 out here in the 5th inning.
Right fielder, Wellington Dotel.
I hate to tell Dean, but if he has a collision with Halton, I don't care if Dean's the guy on the move, he loses. Just saying. 1 out, Dotel stepping in. Wellington Dotel sprinted home from second base. As a matter of fact, he created the third Bridgeport run on his own. A single, steals second, steals third, scores on a wild pitch. Ground ball up the middle. The Barnstormers were playing Dotel to pull, and he sends it slowly, but where Dean Wilson couldn't get there. 1 out runner. Jose Heel comes to the plate. Heel is 1 for 1 with a walk. The Barnstormers all year long have been very vulnerable to this kind of an offense. Guys who slap the ball around and don't strike out. Early in the year, Somerset played like this. They lost a couple key components of that type of offense. And now you see it with Bridgeport. And at times, Long Island has played like this. The runner bluffs, doesn't go, a strike to Heel. It is 0-1, but keep an eye on Wellington Dotel. He is now 4 for 7 in the series. Heel batting 0-1. Dotel not out to a huge lead. He's going to get a throw from Hively. That one nearly handcuffed Casey Hobson. One of the reasons I think that the Barnstormers this year early had success against York is because York was the antithesis to this kind of a ball club. They were just free swingers up there. Ground ball, third base, up with it, Bell. They'll get the out at second. Aaron's back to first, and they turn the double play, the second one tonight. This one in behind R.J. Hively gets him out of any kind of trouble here in the 5th inning. No runs on a hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. Nice outing in the works for Hively. He's keeping Bridgeport close. We'll go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. We're halfway through regulation with Bridgeport up 4-3.
Hi everyone, Adam Gocknauer here from Gocknauer Appliances, proud to be a sponsor yet again for our hometown Lancaster Barnstormers. We support them on the field and every one of you across Lancaster County with the very best appliances in the area. We are proud to be in our 67th year and 4 generations of family ownership, all to serve you and take care of all your appliance needs. Come see us at 5939 Main Street in East Petersburg or on our website at gocknauers.com.
After you juggle the kids, sports, homework, housework, and squeeze in a moment for yourself, there isn't much time left to plan activities to keep your family having fun together. So give yourself a break and head to Strasburg Railroad, where the 45-minute steam train ride is just the beginning. There are family-friendly train events, vintage baseball, shop tours, a steampunk weekend, plus our popular Day Out with Thomas trains. The fun is as endless as your imagination. Reserve your tickets at strasburgrailroad.com.
Lancaster still trying to make up a 1-run deficit. Top of the order stepping in the 5th inning with that objective in mind. Caleb Gindle, Kevin Ahrens, and Casey Hobson, the scheduled batters, against Ross Seaton.
The center fielder, Caleb Gindle.
Gindle is 0 for 2. He has flied to left and he has struck out here tonight. Lancaster with a couple of home runs in the game, trying to keep up with Bridgeport and a string of singles. To Gindle, hopper back toward the hill, fumbled on the second hop by Seaton, but he keeps the ball in front and will gun down Caleb. 1-3 on the play, 1 out. Ahrens will step in. Kevin is 0 for 2. He has grounded out and he has struck out. Barnstormers tonight have Kaji on the bench. They got Trayvon Robinson on the bench and Chase Patterson. Ahrens standing in. Seaton with the pitch, and he drills it onto the inside corner. Strike 1 call. Lancaster without a base hit since Hobson's home run in the 3rd inning. They've had 1 walk since then. Mike Jacobs picked that up leading off last frame. Way outside and low. Ahrens batting at a ball and a strike. Kevin hit one out foul his last time up before striking out. Here's the 1-1 offering. That's fouled off near the top of the stadium. One ball, 2 strikes. Seaton peers in. He gets the sign from Jose Heel. And the pitch. Ahrens, line drive, base hit, left field. Kevin coming up with his 6th single of the last 3 games.
The first baseman
brings on Hobson, who has flied to center and cracked a home run. So many different places you can go eat in Lancaster County. My wife and I have a particular favorite when she comes up here today, and it's really not that close to the ballpark, a few miles out. Place that Keith Lupton and I used to go to when he was the vice president here. And lo and behold, I run into Casey Hobson there today. Out with his young lady. What were the chances? 1 out. Runner at first base. Here's the set, the pitch. Hobson gets underneath. He lobs a pop fly out to shallow left center field. They're going to surround it, and Chavez will make the catch. That's the 2nd out, leaving the inning to Bell.
third baseman Josh Bell.
Bell has blooped the single into left and popped up the third. Seaton has given up the 2 home runs tonight, but I also think he has taken advantage of the Barnstormers trying to hit the home runs. A lot of shallow fly balls on those big swings. Bell stands in the pitch, fastball in for a strike called. It is 0-1. 4-3 Bridgeport, lower half of the 5th inning. Here comes the 0-1. Bell yanks it foul down the right side up toward the localflavor.com deck. Hard hit liner, hooking very foul. Couple of strikes to Josh. Halton waits on deck. Aaron still at first base with 2 outs. Seaton to the belt and ready to go to Bell. 0-2. He swings and misses. Third strikeout for Ross Seaton in the game. No runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 man left. We're done with 5 here in Lancaster. Bridgeport leading the Stormers 4-3.
Localflavor.com, local flavor. Localflavor.com, local flavor.
Excuse me, are you saying localflavor.com?
Oh yeah, it's where I save big bucks on all kinds of things. Home improvement projects, dining out, family fun, electronics, jewelry, clothing. I even bought my wife a fancy spa package for half price.
Half price?
Yep, you know all the deals you find in Clipper Magazine.
I love Clipper Magazine.
Well, they're all on localflavor.com too. And you can get them right on your phone thanks to localflavor.com's mobile app. Here, take a look.
Well, this app is amazing. Look at all these restaurants, amusement parks, car washes, fitness centers. This is worth sharing about.
Exactly. Localflavor.com online, the Local Flavor mobile app, and Clipper Magazine together. It's like a triple play.
Do the cheer again. I'm in.
Localflavor.com, local flavor. Come on, everybody! Localflavor.com, local flavor. Localflavor.com, local flavor.
Bridgeport's up by 1, and we go to the 6th inning with Geraldo Valentin leading off. Valentin with a game-tying home run against Long Island back on Thursday, and a critical come-from-behind win for the Bluefish. He's hitless in this series. Hit the ball fairly well tonight, grounded to short and line to right. Here's the offering from R.J. Hively, and that's driven foul down the right field side and past the palm trees. 0-1 to Valentin. Jose Cuevas and Luis Rodriguez will follow. Ball 1, strike 1 as the fastball misses away. One the count. Right-hander R.J. Hively deals. Ground ball toward the hole at short. Played by Wilson. He'll hang the throw. It's a beauty. He's got him. Nice play by Dino. One gone here in the 6th.
First baseman, Jose Cuevas.
Last night I mentioned that Wilson has the very good range into the hole at shortstop. Didn't know if he could get the throw done from there, but he certainly showed it this time. One gone. Here is Cuevas, who has walked twice and scored twice. A thorn in the side of Connor Root tonight with those 2 bases on balls, each getting a run-scoring inning started. Here is the pitch by Hively, a strike to the inside corner, and Cuevas looks back with a "say what" expression on his face. No balls and a strike. One out in the inning. Hively has pitched well. Foul ball back to the screen. It is 0-2. He has faced 5 batters and gotten 5 outs. Sugar Land still leading Southern Maryland 3-0. They're in the bottom of the 4th. Maybe this didn't update. There we go. 4-0 Sugar Land in the 7th. 2-1 New Britain in the 5th. 4-1 Long Island in the 8th inning. We're in the 6th here. 2-strike pitch. Taken up the middle. Base hit center field. Hively reached up for it, couldn't get it. Cuevas with a 2-strike base hit. He has been so stubborn in there tonight, just will not concede an at-bat. He has been at 2 strikes every single plate appearance, not necessarily 0-2, 0-2, 1-2, 2-2 at some point in there, and he has 2 walks and a single. He's been able to recover every time. Now Luis Rodriguez at the plate. He has an RBI base hit and a sacrifice. Hively to the plate, fastball up and away, ball 1-0. RJ Hively looking to get another double play ground ball. One ball, no strikes to Luis Rodriguez. Hively comes to the set. Here's the pitch. It's lined off of RJ's glove. He'll try to run it down, makes the backhanded throw to Hobson. One hop out of the dirt and gets it there. The out will go 1-3. Cuevas advancing to second. RJ missing the opportunity to catch that on the line, but you can hardly fault him. It was drilled back there. Here's Jonathan Galvez, who was grounded into a double play and then last time doubled off the wall in right field. Runner again in scoring position for the Bridgeport Bluefish. Two outs with Cuevas at second base. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed. Healthy rip by Galvez. He goes down 0-1. Bridgeport in this game, and this is enough to drive you crazy, they're 3 for 4 with runners in scoring position. Galvez trying to add to that here. 0-1. Hively fires inside, a ball and a strike. And they have just 2 runs batted in. Another runner thrown out at the plate. Been very aggressive on the base paths. Here's a 1-1. Galvez looks at a fastball down and away. 2 balls and a strike. Angeles Nunez on deck. Two and 1 the count. The set. Look back, the pitch, ground ball again into the hole at short. Wilson has to make another good throw, and he does. Galvez cut down. Dean Wilson displaying he does have the arm from that hole at shortstop. No runs, one hit, no errors, one man left on base. Dean Wilson, a couple of fine defensive plays here in the 6th inning. We'll go to the bottom half with the score. The Bridgeport Bluefish 4 and the Lancaster Barnstormers 3.
Hi, this is Hall of Famer Carlton Fisk. Make your plans today to visit Cooperstown and the Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum.
There it goes, a long drive. If it stays fair, home run.
Reconnect with your memories of the game and make new memories with your family. Check out baseballhall.org today for more information.
Carlton Fisk had a lot of little boy in him right there, Joe.
The National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum, preserving history, honoring excellence, and connecting generations.
What's more exhilarating than playing the new Million in an Instant game with top prizes of $1 million? Winning on the spot.
Woo-hoo! I won!
So if you can't wait to win, then don't wait to play. Million in an Instant from the Pennsylvania Lottery for a chance to win up to $1 million on the spot. The Pennsylvania Lottery. Keep on scratching. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
Bottom 6, it'll be Halton, Jacobs, and Galen for the Barnstormers. Sean Halton with a 2-run home run and a ground out to shortstop. Barnstormers have been out hit 9-5. Lancaster's got the home runs to stay within easy reach. Seaton into the windup and to Halton. Ground ball pulled down the line at third. Nina was playing there, and he will gun down Sean. One out here in the 6th inning. Jacobs will step in. Mike is grounded out and walked. There is action in the Barnstormers bullpen. Another right-hander warming up. It looks like it might be Tanner Peters. Say a very positive outing for R.J. Hively tonight. That's good to see. He's been a fun guy to have on the ball club, but the results I don't think have matched his ability. One out. Jacobs digging in. The offering from Seaton angles inside and low. Ball 1, no strikes. Fastball gets there. It is 1-1. Jacobs took that pitch toward the outer part of the plate. Jacobs has mysteriously had a very difficult time batting in this ballpark. Everybody thought it would be tailor-made for him. Swing and a miss, and the count goes to 1-2. He's been a far better hitter on the road. One ball, 2 strikes. Blake Galen waiting on deck. Seaton peering in, getting the sign from Heel. Has it, ready to go with the 1-2. Jacobs fouls that right over my head. Up to the LFA suite, and then it comes back down. Kicked off the railing, perhaps. Jacobs, the DH, still in there at a ball and 2 strikes. Seaton into the wind. Here comes the 1-2, wrapped right back to the hill. Seaton knocks it down. He hasn't come up with anything cleanly yet, but gets another out, 2 away. Galen will step in. Blake has walked and flied to center.
Blake Galen.
Oh for 1 for Galen. Trying to get something done here in the 6th inning. Lancaster has only had a runner in scoring position in the 2nd inning. Hobson hit the solo home run in the 3rd. The Barnstormers can't get anything moving. It's been that way the whole homestand. Galen looks at a pitch high, ball 1 and no strikes. You know, what parts of this team do you keep and what parts do you not? And of course, who gets acquired during the off season, who retires, who wants to come back. It's all part of the puzzle that Butch Hobson, Ross Peoples, Rich Rundles, and DJ Boston will try to solve during the winter. 2-1, Galen gets underneath, launching a pop-up up the third base line, and that's going to drop in. A fair ball. They got confused defensively. It'll be a bloop hit for Blake Galen and a major league oops on the part of the Bridgeport defense. The wind is streaking out toward right field. Nina and Heel both started chasing that ball into foul territory up the third baseline. Seaton came over to direct traffic, and perhaps it was the wind just stripped the ball from the defenders, and it landed on the fair side of the line by maybe 8 feet and 30 feet from home plate. Galen's on with a bloop hit. Mike McDade stepping in. McDade with a single and a fly out to center. Sharp ground ball past Galen and into right field, a base hit. Blake can only advance to second because he had to hold up for the ball to get through. It almost hit Blake in the ankles. Dean Wilson now to bat with runners at first and second and 2 outs. We're going to have a pinch runner for Galen. It will be Trayvon Robinson, and you could see it, Galen going from first to second on that play. He was laboring to get there. Now Robinson represents the tying run, and you're going to pick up some natural speed anyway.
Now pinch running at second base, Trayvon Robinson.
Dean Wilson the batter. Now Wilson had a heck of a half inning in the top of the inning defensively. 2 very fine plays out of the hole at shortstop. Can he cap off a fine 6th by driving in the tying run? Robinson at second, McDade the runner at first. 2 men out, and Wilson a check swing. He went too far, says the first base umpire Buzz Albert. No balls and a strike. Lancaster with a chance. 2 outs in the 6th. Ross Seaton working out of the stretch. Here's the 0-1 to Wilson. He chases a pitch in the dirt. It is 0-2. Wilson maybe a little bit overly anxious here. Seaton has thrown 2 out of the zone. He's gone for both of them. York has gone ahead of Long Island 5-4 in the 8th inning. Sugar Land 4-0 over Southern Maryland in the 8th. New Britain 3-1 over Somerset just in the bottom half of the 5th inning. To Wilson, here's the 0-2. He wouldn't go for a third. Ball 1 is outside and low. Caleb Gindel in the on-deck circle. The Barnstormers now have picked up 7 hits total off of Seaton in 5 2/3 innings. 7 hits, including 2 home runs. They've walked a couple of times. Just 3 runs. 1-2, Wilson loops this toward right center field. They're racing for it, and coming across, Dotel makes the running catch. That will end the inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. 2 men left on base. We will go to the 7th inning with Bridgeport still leading 4-3.
It's baseball season, and no one is more excited about that than we here at Lancaster Bible College, proud sponsor of Lancaster Barnstormers baseball. At Lancaster Bible College, you can earn your associate's, bachelor's, master's, seminary, or doctoral degrees through a distinctly biblical lens in areas like leadership, communication, business administration, social work, education, pastoral studies, music, and many more. Find out how you can take the next step in your educational journey to earn a degree from LBC. Visit us on the web at lbc.edu. We look forward to seeing you at Barnstormers games this season.
It's nice out and you just want to relax after a day at work. The Lancaster Barnstormers have a great idea. For Monday through Thursday home games, the Barnstormers have super dinner and a ball game deals at Clipper Magazine Stadium. On Monday, join us for an all-you-can-eat pork barbecue dinner in the Hess's Picnic Pavilion, or choose chicken on Tuesday, all for just $20, including your game ticket. And new on Monday, it's pizza, beer, and pinball all night long. Then on Wednesdays, it's Hatfield hot dogs for just $1 each, with 2-for-1 burgers on Thursdays. Call 717-509-HITS or go to LancasterBarnstormers.com for more details.
Trayvon Robinson remains in right field after pinch running for Blake Galen in the bottom of the 6th inning. And Tanner Peters will take over on the hill. Good outing for R.J. Hively, 2 1/3 scoreless innings. Gave up a couple of singles, no walks, no strikeouts. Peters will be facing Angeles Nina and Luis Hernandez and Andy Chavez in the top of the 7th. 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors, and 4 left for Bridgeport. 3-7-1 with 6 left for the Barnstormers. Peters is inside. Ball 1 on Angeles Nina. Peters, again, working out of the bullpen for the Barnstormers. He started there, then moved into the starting rotation, 11 starts, and then his arm began to ail. Shut down for a few weeks. 5-4 overall with a 4.18 ERA. His count is 1 ball, 1 strike on Angeles Nina. Nina 1 for 2 in the ball game. Missed out on an RBI when Galvez was thrown out at the plate. Second strike on the over-the-top fastball. It's 1-2. Peters is not a big guy. He may be about the smallest on the pitching staff, save for Hito Fujier, but he throws as hard as anyone does. 1-2, and Nina. There's a breaking ball, stroked to short, easy pickup for Dean Wilson. Clean throw across the diamond. They're keeping Dean busy out there. 1 away in the 7th. Here is Hernandez, the shortstop, 1 for 3, and he has scored a run tonight. The little ball of the Bluefish still 1 run better than the long ball of the Barnstormers. Bridgeport has scored runs tonight on an RBI single following a walk and a balk. On a bad throw behind a steal attempt. Strike to Hernandez. It is 0-1. On a wild pitch during a steal attempt. Dotel coming all the way around from second to score. And then an RBI double off the wall and right for Galvez in the 4th inning. Swing and a miss by Hernandez behind a fastball. It's 0-2. The Barnstormers have a 2-run home run and a solo home run. It's a home run hitter's kind of night. And you want to think the Barnstormers might have another one in them. Ground ball right side, easily handled by Aarons, shuffling over to his left. 2 gone. Hernandez retired. Andy Chavez to the plate at 1 for 3.
Now batting center fielder Andy Chavez.
Barnstormers with the top of the order up in the 7th inning, and the 7th inning has been Lancaster's inning this season, scoring 98 runs. Well, you would have to think if the Barnstormers are to catch up and surpass Bridgeport in this game, it might come in the bottom of this inning. 2 outs, nobody aboard, with Chavez stepping in. Peters into his windup. The first pitch good for a strike. It is 0-1. Next offering, skied toward left. This could be a tricky play. Wilson racing back, Halton coming in. Halton calls him off at the last second and almost reaching over the top of Wilson. He makes the catch. Dean Wilson undaunted about that potential collision with the big guy out in left field. Second time in the game. A 1-2-3 inning for Peters. Very well pitched, and we will go to the bottom half of the 7th. Following the ceremony of the 7th inning stretch, still 4-3 Bridgeport.
Once again, thank you, Lancaster. With your support, we are once again the #1 dealer in our district, according to a recent Mitsubishi report. Hi, this is Richard Bennett, co-owner of Lancaster Mitsubishi. To continue our success through the month of May, Ally Financial is offering 0% financing for up to 72 months on select models. And don't forget, with over 25 different lenders and rebates and incentives from Mitsubishi, we can put you into a brand new car with absolutely zero money down. And if you purchase a vehicle from us in the month of May, Lancaster Mitsubishi has partnered with the Lancaster Barnstormers to give you tickets to the Lancaster Mitsubishi Suite. So Lancaster, make your way to Lancaster Mitsubishi and become part of our story. As always, all sales come with our famous LLM Club, lifetime state safety inspections and car washes as long as you own the vehicle. We are located on the corner of McGovern Avenue and North Prince Street next to the train station. You know we have what you deserve.
Bridgeport goes to left-hander Matt Iannazzo as we head to the bottom half of the 7th inning. The 5'9" left-hander from the Nutmeg State. Iannazzo to face Gindel, Aarons, and Hobson. The top of the lineup for the Barnstormers. That's not been a great year for Iannazzo. 1-4, a 6.42 ERA. He's allowed 44 hits in 33 2/3 innings, walking 15 and striking out 24. Barnstormers have only seen him once, and he threw a perfect inning. Gindel to lead off. Caleb tonight is 0 for 3. Wind blowing favorably out toward right field. We've got a bunch of Star Wars characters in front of us right now. Here's the motion, the pitch to Gindel right there. Strike one called from Iannazzo. Ross Seaton went 6 innings. He gave up 7 hits, 3 runs, all earned with 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. Here's the kick, 0-1. Gindel lays off and a second strike on a breaking ball. Caleb in a deep hole against Iannazzo. It is 0-2. Defense just about in the no doubles right now, and it's just the 7th inning. 0-2 to Gindel. Here's the pitch in the dirt away. Ball 1 and 2 strikes. Southern Maryland beginning to catch up on Sugar Land, 4-2 bottom 8. Sugar Land, among other difficulties, has developed bullpen problems. Here's a 1-2. Ball 2 is outside and low to Caleb Gindel. I get to watch Star Wars and I didn't even buy a ticket. 2-2. A windup and a Caleb swung on and missed. Iannazzo picks up the strikeout. Starting off the 7th inning, 1 down, Kevin Ahrens to the plate. Ahrens is 1 for 3, a base hit his last time up, sharp single through the left side. He had grounded out and struck out prior to that. More action from the right side of the bullpen for the Barnstormers. Looks like it might be Pete Andrelzik. Here's the delivery. Ball 1 is high to Ahrens. 1-0. Casey Hobson waiting on deck. The kick, Iannazzo to the plate, and Ahrens' ball 2 is low, 2-0. Average-wise, Ahrens hasn't had a bad homestand. He is 7 for 17. He has not driven in a run here in now nearly 5 ball games. 2-0 pitch, slapped back to the screen. We go to 2-1. One out, nobody on here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Defense very deep against Ahrens. Here's the 2-1 delivery, fouled off to the right and out of play, 2-2. Fastball outside, filling the count. It is 3-2. 1 out, bases empty, bottom 7. Bridgeport looking at a chance tonight to climb within 2 games of Somerset. Here's the payoff, foul to the screen again. Still 3-2. And you could actually see Somerset going to York and Bridgeport taking on Long Island. That is not out of the realm of possibility. Sugar Land, more than any other team right now, needing help from the Barnstormers. Ahrens awaiting the payoff pitch. Another foul straight back. Still 3 balls and 2 strikes. Ahrens continues to battle against Iannazzo. Here's the payoff, fouled again. We stay at 3 balls and 2 strikes, a lengthy at bat for Kevin Ahrens. Lancaster's right-handed batting second baseman. We'll replay the interview I did earlier today with Kevin on Friday. We had a little bit of miscommunication with the control room. Ahrens awaiting the payoff, ground ball to third. Iannazzo wins the battle as Nina guns down Ahrens. 2 outs here in the 7th. Hobson to the plate. Casey has homered and twice he has flied out to center.
First baseman, Casey Hobson.
Josh Bell into the on-deck circle. Iannazzo is retired too. Here's Here's the pitch to Hobson. It is ball one off the outside corner, 1-0. Casey is no slouch against left-handed pitching. He's got a chance to get something done here, and I'm sure that Iannazzo will keep the ball out of his wheelhouse, or at least try to. 1-0 to Hobson. Ball two, missing low, 2-0. Bell is on deck, and he would bat right-handed against Iannazzo. But there is a right-hander, that is John Church, I believe, warming up in the bullpen now for the Bluefish. 2 balls, no strikes on Hobson. Iannazzo to the plate. Hobson drives this toward right center field. Over goes Chavez. He'll haul it in. He was playing that way. Inning over, 1-2-3, go the Barnstormers. We'll head to the 8th. Bridgeport leading 4-3.
Time for the BA Athletics Flex Cam.
The Federal Tap House isn't just a great place to meet your friends for a drink. The upstairs mezzanine and art loft has one of the largest collections of private artwork in downtown Lancaster, and a secluded banquet room that is great for private parties, rehearsal dinners, or business meetings with a big screen and AV hookups. Let the Tap House take the worry out of your next private function. That's the Federal Tap House, 201 North Queen Street in downtown Lancaster. Call 717-490-9632 to book your event.
When the alarm goes off, the rush is on. And then you step into your Lexus ES. Now that's better. Exquisitely crafted details and exceptional comforts surround you. Before you know it, it's back to the grind. And not a moment too soon. A moment just for you. It's not just a car, it's your daily retreat. With innovative technology and refined styling, go ahead, spoil yourself. See Bobby Rahal Lexus in Mechanicsburg.
Pete Andrelzik once again matching up against Wellington Dotel. Andrelzik, one of the few Barnstormers pitchers who's had success against Wellington this year. Dotel is an unbelievable 22 for 41 in the season series, but he's had fits with Andrelzik. Dribbled foul at his 0-1. Pete came on last night and got the better of Dotel, but Dotel reached on an error by the shortstop Wilson, only his third for Wilson. 0-1, Dotel, slow ground ball here, barehanded pickup attempt by Bell. He won't be able to make the play, and there's another swinging bunt base hit. Dotel is on even against Andrelzik on a good pitch by Pete. Gets beaten by the little trickler base hit. Up the third base line, Jose Heel will come to the plate, 1 for 2 with a walk. And the pressure is on Andrelzik here. I've talked about the high percentage of first batters faced by Andrelzik that have gotten on base this year, and it is troubling, but there have been several just like that. Just aggravating. 10 hits now for Bridgeport. Heel stands in. We'll see if Dotel takes off. He does right away. The pitch outside. Throw by McDade is mishandled by the second baseman Aarons. It looked like there was a play, but Dotel gets his third steal of the ball game. Well, Barnstormers looked like they had a great chance to get Dotel. The ball just sort of dove at the last second, and Aarons couldn't dig it out and make the tag. Runner in scoring position. McDade had a legitimate chance there. At second base is Dotel. He's already stolen third once tonight. He has just destroyed the Barnstormers, not all that much with extra base hits, but all these little singles. Heel backing away. It's still 1 ball and no strikes to him. Valentin on deck, and then Cuevas, all right-handed batters for this stretch. To Heel, here comes the 1-0, taken for a strike. The count levels at 1-1. If Bell had been playing up against a bunt there, he makes that play, but he wasn't. One to Heel. Dotel leading off second. There will be a pickoff throw behind him. Aaron's coming over. One ball, one strike on Heel. And Drelzik glances back, and the pitch, half swing, chopper to second. Aaron's up with it. They've got a play on Dotel. He'll be tagged out going into third. How often do you see a 4-5 out at third base? But it was the perfect storm. A half swing and a ground ball over the mound. Aaron's had his momentum on that play, carrying him in the direction of third base. And Dotel just gave up. He waved the white flag coming in. Heel safe at first on the fielder's choice. The out 4-5. Barnstormers picked up a lot right there. Now to Geraldo Valentin, a strike on a breaking ball. It is 0-1. Valentin 0 for 3 tonight. He has seen how good that Dean Wilson can be at shortstop. That was a nice play by Aarons. Popped up on the left side. Josh Bell will call for this one. Fair territory, about 15 feet wide of the bag. He makes the catch. Valentin becomes the second out. Jose Cuevas coming in. Cuevas is 1 for 1 with 2 walks, and he has scored twice tonight. Bell, Halton, and Jacobs are due in the bottom of the 8th inning. Lancaster down 1. And Drelzik working to keep it that way. Can just give Pete the ball over and over and over again. It's the way he likes it. 60th appearance this year. Outside to Cuevas, 1-0. And remember, he was shut down for 2 or 3 weeks early in the season. It wasn't right. His shoulder was bothering him. Or he might be challenging his own franchise record. Heel, the runner at first base, and now ball 2, misses outside to Cuevas, 2-0. Barnstormers have just had the worst time with this guy tonight. Here's the offering, sharp ground ball. Wilson there, flags it, going to his left, feeds Aarons for the force out. 6-4 ending the inning. Good recovery by Andrelzik after the dribbler hit, gets it started. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. Bottom half of the 8th inning coming up. 4-3 Bridgeport.
With courage, respect.
Hey kids, thanks to Isaac's, you can be part of the Barnstormers. The Isaac's Barnyard Bunch is quite a deal. You get lawn vouchers for 6 games, 6 kids park passes, the chance to go on the field with your Barnstormers during the national anthem on 2 different nights, and a Barnyard Bunch t-shirt. But there's more. Any Barnyard Bunch member will get 2 vouchers for kids meals at your favorite Lancaster County Isaac's Deli. You get all of this for only $25. Even better, if you sign up at your local Isaac's, you save $5 more. So join the Barnyard Bunch today.
We at Gockenauer Appliance know that buying a major appliance for your home is a major and tough decision. We want you to make that process easier. We now have a new website at Gockenauers.com that you can view live inventory, spec sheets, and all of our closeout and scratch and dent inventory. Browse the site and either purchase online or stop into our store and see the models in our huge showroom. Remember, we still offer the best brands at the best prices and back it up with the best service around. Gockenauers in East Petersburg and now online.
We get Sam Hervasio for the bottom of the 8th inning. He got the save last night, getting the 2, 3, and 4 hitters. He'll face 4, 5, and 6 this evening. Bell, Halton, and Jacobs do against Hervasio. The Bridgeport right-hander
Now pitching for Bridgeport, number
in his
22,
30th ball game.
Giovanna.
1 and 2, 3 saves, and a 1.76 earned run average. Josh Bell is 1 for 3 tonight. He'll get the 8th inning started for the Barnstormers. Lancaster has not scored since the 3rd. Three hits since then, all singles. 2 home runs early for this Barnstormers ball club. Corey Burns beginning to warm up in the bullpen. Lancaster may use him regardless. Pitch to Bell, angles over for a strike called. It is 0-1. Matt Iannazzo, a perfect 7th inning. Hobson hit the ball hard off of him, but Chavez was cheating in that direction. To Bell, a swing and a miss, strike 2. 80-68, the crowd tonight. Just short of the all-time top 10. 120 short of our season high this year. 0-2, Bell, ground ball right side, it's through, a base hit. Josh Bell has the Barnstormers underway here in the 8th inning, bringing on Sean Halton. Halton with a home run and a couple of groundouts. 8 hits for the Barnstormers in the game tonight. Hervasio keeping a watchful eye on Bell over at first, and Josh not quite sure what he's up to. He's stepping very quickly off the rubber, hasn't made a throw yet. Target set by Heel. Hervasio looking for a double play grounder. Angles a slider across, gets it there for a strike. It is 0-1. It'd be nice to see the Barnstormers build a 2-run inning without a home run, but at this point you'll take anything. Hervasio keeping an eye on Bell in the most interesting of ways. Here's the 0-1 pitch, outside for a ball. It is 1-1. Halton cracked that home run out onto the hillside back in the 2nd inning. Number 21 on the season, in the first for him in better than 4 weeks, 29 days since his last. There's a bluff to first base. Again, Hervasio off the rubber, so he's allowed to do that. He's playing games with Bell. I don't know what might come out of this. He's stepping off, moving every direction. He's spun clockwise, counterclockwise. to Halton. Here's the 1-1 pitch, drilled down the left field line. That ball is in and going all the way to the wall. Valentine will track it down there. Bell on his way around third. The relay throw is botched. Halton trying for third, and he'll be thrown out there. And Sean Halton has tied the game with a double into the left field corner. It's 4-4. And then the Barnstormers getting a little bit too greedy, and Halton is out going into third. Mike Jacobs coming to the plate. He is 0 for 2 with a walk. Jacobs will bat. 7-6-5. The out on Halton at third base following the double. Now Jacobs and Robinson. Jacobs with a drive, deep right center, way back it goes, and the walls will not contain it. Mike Jacobs with a go-ahead home run here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. I've got to think that's the longest one Jake has hit all year. A blast well up onto the walkway over the Stoner glass sign. And Lancaster leads 5-4 on the 5th of the year from Mike Jacobs. Trayvon Robinson will bat for the first time. He ran for Galen back in the 6th inning. 3 straight hits against Sam Hervasio. Here is Trayvon. The pitch, ground ball, second base, 1 hop right to Rodriguez. Robinson gone for the second out of the inning, bringing on Mike McDade, who is 2 for 3. A mammoth home run for Jacobs, Lancaster's 3rd of the night. Barnstormers have turned this game around, and the Somerset Patriots and New Britain Bees have to be happy about that. Now McDade gives one a ride. Well back to right field and onto the, caught by Dotel. Back right up against the scoreboard. The ball just seemed to die on McDade out there. 2 runs in the inning on 3 hits. No errors, nobody left on base. We'll go to the 9th inning. The Barnstormers are up 5-4.
Localflavor.com, local flavor. Localflavor.com, local flavor.
Excuse me, are you saying localflavor.com?
Oh yeah, it's where I save big bucks on all kinds of things. Home improvement projects, dining out, family fun, electronics, jewelry, clothing. I even bought my wife a fancy spa package for half price.
Half price?
Yep, you know all the deals you find in Clipper Magazine.
I love Clipper Magazine.
Well, they're all on localflavor.com too. And you can get them right on your phone thanks to localflavor.com's mobile app. Here, take a look.
Well, this app is amazing. Look at all these restaurants, amusement parks, car washes, fitness centers. This is worth sharing about.
Exactly. Localflavor.com online, the Local Flavor mobile app, and Clipper Magazine together. It's like a triple play.
Do the cheer again. I'm in.
Localflavor.com, local flavor. Come on, everybody! Localflavor.com, local flavor. Localflavor.com, local flavor.
Well, here's Corey Burns. They'll be facing Rodriguez, Galvez, and Nina in the top of the 9th inning, looking for his 27th save of the season.
Correction, number 34, Corey Burns.
Mike Jacobs with the go-ahead home run after Sean Halton ties the game on a double. York has finished off Long Island 6-5. The Revs guarantee themselves a hold on first place coming out of tonight. Here's the delivery. Burns nails the outside corner. It is strike one. For the season, Corey 0-3 with a 2.2 ERA, 26 saves in his 50 appearances. The motion, 0-1 pitch, slides by inside and low. 1-1. Burns, 49 innings, 48 hits, 7 walks, 58 strikeouts. Given a 1-run lead coming into the 9th inning. A ball and a strike to Luis Rodriguez. The motion, the pitch, swing and a miss. Make it 1-2. New Britain leading Somerset 3-1. The Bees could not hold on last night. Sugar Land's up 5-2 at Southern Maryland, bottom of the 9th inning. One ball, 2 strikes. The target set by McDade. Here's the pitch. Over but low, 2-2. This disciplined Bridgeport team has struck out only 5 times in this series, just once tonight. Pete Andrelzik survived the infield single leading off last inning, got out of it without giving up a run. Here's a 2-2. Rodriguez swings and he misses the tag applied by McDade. And Burns has one.
Fans, that's another Barnstormer strikeout.
Jonathan Galvez, the designated hitter, will come to the plate. He doubled in a run back in the 4th inning.
Now batting designated hitter Jonathan Galvez.
Mike Jacobs with the go-ahead home run, but Sean Halton definitely the player of the game tonight. He's driven in 3 runs and thrown a guy out at the plate. Galvez standing in. It was Galvez that was gunned down. Burns hits him with the first pitch, and the tying run will go to first base. Pitch simply got away from Corey. It's the first guy he has hit all year.
Third baseman
Galvez aboard, and he can run. Angeles Nina will come to the plate. Nina is 1 for 3. Barnstormers set the infield, double play depth. Galvez representing the tying run, and you could see him on the move. Bridgeport 3 for 4, stealing bases here tonight. 1 out, 1 on. Burns works to the plate and delivers a strike to Nina. Galvez stayed put. It is 0-1. 80-68, not quite one of the top 10 crowds of all time here at Clipper Magazine Stadium, our 2nd largest this year. And they have witnessed a heck of a ball game. Runner goes, pitch driven down the line and right, and that is going to land foul. The Barnstormers just caught a break.
The winning number for tonight's 50-50 raffle.
Angeles Nina came, it had to be within a foot or 2 of driving in the tying run with Galvez on the move.
550-102. If you are the lucky winner, go to the Lancaster Catholic.
From here, I had to wait for Buzz Albert's call. That line drive hugging the right field stripe the entire way. 0-2, the count on Angeles Nina, with Luis Hernandez, the shortstop, due next. Burns ready to go, and the 0-2 outside and low. Galvez staying in place. Oh, what a ball game this one's turned into. Sugar Land has defeated Southern Maryland 5-2. The Skeeters remain within a half game of the York Revolution and probably a game up on the New Britain Bees. Here's the 1-2, ground ball, third base. Handled by Bell, out at second, back to first, not in time. Nina safe on the fielder's choice. 5-4 the out. And Luis Hernandez still with a chance for the Bridgeport Bluefish. Ball wasn't hit hard enough to turn the double play. Nina runs well enough. Hernandez stepping in. He has 1 for 4 and has scored a run. Corey Burns looking to remain perfect on his home field. Two outs, Nina the base runner, and the pitch to Hernandez. He shortens around a bunt and gets a ball inside, 1-0. Lancaster 5, Bridgeport 4, top of the 9th inning. And we'll call it that the Barnstormers will stay alive if they can win this game. Without looking at all the schedule combinations. Ball 2 is wide to Hernandez, 2-0. Andy Chavez waits on deck. Nina aboard at first base, 2 outs. This lead is not safe right now. To Hernandez, 2-0. The Burns pitch gets the inside edge. Just grazed it coming across. It's 2-1. Four more home dates. Fan Appreciation Night coming up Wednesday. We've got a doubleheader Monday. And hopefully more baseball like this. 2-1 on Hernandez. Throw to first base to keep Nina honest. He wasn't out to a very large lead. Crescendo builds once again. 2 balls, 1 strike to Luis Hernandez. Here is the set. Nina will stick around, swing and a miss. 2-2. The Barnstormers power bats coming through tonight. 3 home runs and a double, producing 5 runs. Corey Burns will try to end it here. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Luis Hernandez. Here is the set, the twist, the pitch, lying first base, caught by Hobson. Game over. Hernandez made solid contact, screamed it right into the glove of Casey Hobson about shoe top high, and that ends the ball game tonight. No runs, no hits, no errors. Bridgeport leaves 1. We'll be back with the line totals on tonight's ball game in just a moment. A nice come from behind win for the Lancaster Barnstormers. They win it 5-4.
The National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown is the place where baseball legends live forever. It's where the exciting moments of today stand along the iconic tales of the past. With new exhibits and artifacts telling incredible stories, the Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum is a must-see destination for fans of all ages. Baseball in Cooperstown. Oh my! Plan your visit today. Check out baseballhall.org.
After you juggle the kids, sports, homework, housework, and squeeze in a moment for yourself, there isn't much time left to plan activities to keep your family having fun together. So give yourself a break and head to Strasburg Railroad, where the 45-minute steam train ride is just the beginning. There are family-friendly train events, vintage baseball, shop tours, a steampunk weekend, plus our popular Day Out with Thomas trains. The fun is as endless as your imagination. Reserve your tickets at strasburgrailroad.com.
Well, in front of the second biggest crowd of the season, the Barnstormers win a thriller tonight, 5-4 over the Bridgeport Bluefish. Lancaster 5 runs, 10 hits, 1 error, 6 left. Bridgeport 4 runs, 10 hits, no errors. Also 6 runners left on base. The win to Pete Andrelzik. He is now in sole possession of 4th place all time in a Barnstormers uniform, going 9-2 now for the second consecutive season. Sam Gervasio with the loss, he is 1-3. The save to Corey Burns, his 27th of the campaign. Home runs belonging to the Barnstormers tonight. Sean Halton with a man aboard in the second, his 21st of the year. Casey Hobson is 22nd, coming with the bases empty in the 3rd inning. The game winner, Mike Jacobs, number 5 on the year, coming with the bases empty in the 8th inning. 2 hours, 43 minutes, the time of the contest tonight. Wonderful crowd, 8,068 here at Clipper Magazine Stadium. The Barnstormers win at 5-4. We'll be back with the wrap-up show coming your way next right here on the Lancaster Barnstormers YouTube channel.
Let's do it, roll.
Once again, thank you, Lancaster. With your support, we are once again the number one in our district, according to a recent Mitsubishi report. Hi, this is Richard Bennett, co-owner of Lancaster Mitsubishi. To continue our success through the month of May, Ally Financial is offering 0% financing for up to 72 months on select models. And don't forget, with over 25 different lenders and rebates and incentives from Mitsubishi, we can put you into a brand new car with absolutely zero money down. And if you purchase a vehicle from us in the month of May, Lancaster Mitsubishi has partnered with the Lancaster Barnstormers to give you tickets to the Lancaster Mitsubishi Suite. So Lancaster, make your way to Lancaster Mitsubishi and become part of our story. As always, all sales come with our famous LLM Club, lifetime state safety inspections and car washes as long as you own the vehicle. We are located on the corner of McGovern Avenue and North Prince Street next to the train station. You know we have what you deserve.
In a classic matchup between big ball and little ball, big ball prevails here tonight. The Barnstormers over the Bridgeport Bluefish. Our final score this evening, 5-4. Lancaster doing it all on extra base hits, 3 home runs and an RBI double, producing Lancaster's 5 runs. For Bridgeport, an assortment of singles and stolen bases and base path deception, etc., etc. But that style comes up short on this hot, humid night here in Lancaster. The Barnstormers with the 5-4 victory. And it was a ball game that went back and forth all night long. Bridgeport with a 1-out RBI single by Luis Rodriguez up the middle in the 2nd inning, driving in Jose Cuevas, who had walked and then been balked to second. Lancaster switched it around in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Josh Bell reaching on a blue pit, and then Sean Halton cranking one over the boards in left field, his 21st long ball of the year. Lancaster taking a 2-1 lead, but that didn't hold her on very long as Bridgeport, with some assistance by the Barnstormers in the 3rd inning, put a couple of runs on the board. It started with a Luis Hernandez single into right field with 1 out, and with 2 outs in the inning, Wellington Dotel went into center field, Hernandez taking 3rd on the play. The Barnstormers with runners at 1st and 3rd and 2 outs. That is when Wellington Dotel took off for 2nd. The Barnstormers snuffed that same play out in the 1st inning, but this time Dotel was going to beat the throw, and that throw got away from second baseman Kevin Ahrens, rolling towards shortstop. Hernandez streaked home to score the run, tying the game at 2. Then Dotel took off for 3rd with Jose Hill at the plate, and at the same time, a pitch in the dirt kicked a long ways away from Mike McDade, a wild pitch, allowing Dotel not only to reach 3rd on the steal, but to score, and Bridgeport led 3-2. Casey Hobson's home run over the Jurassic Park net. His 22nd of the year, tied the game in the third inning. Bridgeport went ahead in the fourth. Jose Cuevas again getting it started with a walk. He was advanced to second on a sacrifice by Rodriguez. Jonathan Galvez doubled off the wall in right field to drive in the run. Galvez was then thrown out trying to score on a base hit to left by Angeles Nunez. Sean Halton coming up big defensively in that case. The lead held at 4-3. Bridgeport could do nothing else against the Barnstormers bullpen, who combined 4 guys strong for a brilliant 5 1/3 scoreless innings tonight on just 3 singles. But it stayed 4-3 all the way into the bottom half of the 8th inning. Josh Bell, 2 strikes in the count, got it started with a ground single into right. Halton tattooed a double into the left field corner, driving in Bell. Halton was thrown out trying to go to third, but Mike Jacobs unloaded a ball all the way up onto the walkway, deep right center field, his 5th long ball of the season, providing the Barnstormers with the margin of victory tonight. 5-4 was our final. We'll come back with the out-of-town scores in just a moment, right here on the Lancaster Barnstormers YouTube channel.
Me and Jim is basically just a birthmark. Just the one that she had was a fast-moving.
Localflavor.com, local flavor. Localflavor.com, local flavor.
Excuse me. Are you saying localflavor.com?
Oh, yeah, it's where I save big bucks on all kinds of things. Home improvement projects, dining out, family fun, electronics, jewelry, clothing. I even bought my wife a fancy spa package for half price.
Half price?
Yep, you know all the deals you find in Clipper Magazine.
I love Clipper Magazine.
Well, they're all on localflavor.com too. And you can get them right on your phone thanks to localflavor.com's mobile app. Here, take a look.
Well, this app is amazing. Look at all these restaurants, amusement parks, car washes, fitness centers. This is worth sharing about.
Exactly. Localflavor.com online, the Local Flavor mobile app, and Clipper Magazine together. It's like a triple play.
Do the cheer again. I'm in.
Localflavor.com, local flavor. Come on, everybody! Localflavor.com, local flavor. Localflavor.com, local flavor.
The Barnstormers pull out a 5-4 victory tonight, and will say, without looking into greater levels of depth, that the Barnstormers are still barely alive. Sugar Land has taken down Southern Maryland tonight 5-2. That puts Lancaster on the brink of being eliminated. York over Long Island 6-5. York stays a half game ahead of Sugar Land. And New Britain leads Somerset 4-1, bottom of the 7th inning after last night. Absolutely no guarantee that New Britain will hold on to that. But if they do, Somerset will be up by 3 over both Bridgeport and New Britain coming out of the action tonight. And Sugar Land will have a 1-game lead over the New Britain Bees in the wild card race. So that's the way it stands. This is going to be, I think, some fantastic races to the finish. The Barnstormers won't be involved in the nail biting. It's simply up to Lancaster to play spoiler and try their best to win some ball games. If the Barnstormers win games, they will help Sugar Land and Somerset more than anybody else, potentially New Britain along the way, but definitely helping out the Somerset Patriots and the Sugar Land Skeeters if they win some games here over the final 8 days of the season. Great one here tonight. You can't ask for better excitement. A crowd of over 8,000 people, and the Barnstormers take down Bridgeport 5-4. Let's take a quick gander. Is there any other kind of a gander than a quick one? At the Major League scoreboard, the Phillies have dropped behind the Washington Nationals 3-0 tonight. They are in the bottom of the 8th inning. Bryce Harper has just snapped the scoreless tie with a 3-run homer. Cincinnati has taken a 7-6 lead at Pittsburgh. They are now in the top of the 8th inning. They're in the middle of the 9th in Atlanta. Game undecided. The Mets and the Braves tied at 3. The Los Angeles Dodgers are shutting out the Miami Marlins 5-0 tonight into the bottom of the ninth. The Marlins only one hit. St. Louis scored 5 in the 8th inning to take down Milwaukee 5-1. San Francisco is up 5-1 at Arizona. They are in the bottom half of the 6th inning. San Diego 6-0 over Colorado. That is in the bottom of the 4th. There were some day games over in the American League. Seattle crushed Oakland 14-3. The red-hot New York Yankees with a 5-1 win over the Tampa Bay Rays. Houston slipped past the Cubs in interleague play 2-1. Toronto climbed back to within a game of Boston with a 3-2 victory. Tonight, it is Kansas City leading the Chicago White Sox 6-4 at the stretch. Cleveland and Minnesota have gone to the 10th inning tied at 1. Baltimore clubbing Detroit. It is 11-2 in the bottom half of the 8th inning tonight. Matt Wieters with 2 home runs. Texas 2-0 over the LA Angels in the bottom of the 3rd. That crazy AL East race looks like it's going to be Boston ahead of Toronto by 1, Baltimore by 2, and the Yankees by 3 with about 3 weeks remaining in the regular season. What a wild finish it promises to be in that American League East. Barnstormers win here 5-4 over the Bridgeport Bluefish. You want more? We have it tomorrow. 2 o'clock, our start time at Clipper Magazine Stadium. We have a very special 9/11 ceremony here at the ballpark tomorrow with first responders. Taylor Kinney, the local star and the star of NBC's drama Chicago Fire, will be on hand to join us here tomorrow for what will be the finale of this 3-game series against Bridgeport and the final weekend game at Clipper Magazine Stadium here this season. So until then, when we'll rejoin you with the Gockenauer Home Appliances Dugout Report at 1:45 tomorrow, I'm Dave Collins. Have a great evening, everyone, and we will see you at the ballpark.